Yeah, buddy, welcome back. Here we are. We're doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out for another 40K Tuesday. That's it, you guys. We're doing it. We got some reinforcements. Donation from one of our viewers called in 3 more Infernus Marines. We're going to be putting them together right now. And we'll paint them next week. I'll primer them during the week off camera, but we'll put them together now. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. You guys are chilling, feeling good. I hope you got your snacks, your drinks, your 40K paint party enhancers. We got different camera setup. Yeah, buddy. Move that over just a bit. Yeah, dude. I'll point the camera further down. And we're actually putting stuff together. I'll have it higher up. Hey, dude. So what's funny, you guys? In this box, they gave you 6 paints. 6 paints in here. But in the other box, the starter box, that one that has more miniatures, they give you only 5 paints. Look at that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty cool, though. We're going to mix and match a little bit here and there. Yeah, dude, here we are. We're doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. We got our little X-Acto knife tool. A couple of files. File down the plastic. We got our little clippers. Oh, it's in this guy. Oops. Yeah, boy. Damn, dude. Just 1 sprue? One sprue has 3 guys on it. I wonder if I get any extras. We got some extras from the last set. We had like a left arm or we had 2 arms and a head left over. So if I get anything left over this time, eventually we'll be able to put together an extra Marine. Yeah, so this is the new setup. So now I'm using the old camera as the the look down view, and then the new camera, my face. And then we also have the behind room camera. And then we have the other camera, the cat camera, but the cat's not in the... Oh, he's there. Hang on, you guys. Can you see his punk ass face now? There he is. Hi, buddy. Good kitty. That's our little friend. Whoops. I'm also gonna throw on some background lore to listen to while we put stuff together. I'll kill the music. We're gonna listen to our buddy Luton, because we be looting. I'll put him on right down there. Yeah. Let me know if I'm too loud or if the music's too loud or anything's too loud, and I'll try to fix whatever I can. We're trying here, and if you hear echoes, let me know. Bella Truth, hello, here we are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Got a little zoomed in.
The book was slender and rested inside a shallow compartment bathed in the still light of the stasis field. It was so old, almost as old as him. Together they were relics of another age, time-lost things. In appearance, the book had nothing that suggested the power it possessed, but it was powerful, and so disruptive that Guilliman himself had banned it after Horus's betrayal. Every copy that could be found was burned, its words deemed tainted with the traitor's lies. It was expunged from history, scraped out of the record. People had died to protect it. The faithful called them martyrs.
Oh, no instructions, huh?
Cult had been small and ridiculous,
got a couple bases,
and he
got
had
a base
ignored
here,
it.
a base
By
there.
then, the damage had been done. The
There we
thoughts
are. There's the
were out.
instructions.
Mimetic virus
There they are in the back.
spread from mind to mind. It had no cure. The writings in this book, the thoughts and beliefs of an arch traitor, were the foundation of the imperial cult. 10,000 years after Lorgar Aurelian set pen to paper to create this tract, Guilliman
Like the
began
narrator in
to
the
read
background.
it.
Yeah,
Rejoice,
storyteller over here.
for I
It's our
bring
guy
you
Luton.
glorious news. God walks among us. So ran the
1,
first
2,
two
and
lines
3.
of the Lectitio Divinitatis. The Imperium of Man, from the end of the heresy through to the contemporary period,
You
had
paint?
suffered many a dark chapter.
What kind of paints
However,
do I
few
got?
instances could really rise to the level that actually requires
See,
such
we got another
classification
Balthazar
than
Gold.
the likes of the
Oops.
Age of Apostasy. Now, I know that some of you out there often dislike my 15-minute introductions that lay a broader context of whatever it is I'm talking about, no matter
Korak's
how
wife.
necessary I feel they actually are. So today, I thought let's mix it
I didn't
up.
have that Korax
The
white
Age
before.
of Apostasy
So
occurred
that'll be cool.
in
That's a new one to add to our list.
thousands of years after the Emperor was entombed upon the Golden
Technical
Throne, and many
Armageddon
millennia
dust.
before
That's going to
Primarch
be for
Guilliman
the
would return
basing.
to the Imperium to
Pretty
lead
dope.
it out of
We
its
didn't have that
dark,
before either.
stagnating slump it found itself in. In essence, the apostasy was something
Macragge
approaching
Blue. That's
another
what we use for the
civil
Space
war within
Marines.
the Imperium,
We have one of
but
those.
It was focused around the religious faction of the ecclesiarchy, which
Abaddon
had
Black,
steadily grown
another
in
one.
power over
So
millennia.
we need for
But
the
this
black.
time, it had become problematic that a figure known as Goj Vandaya simultaneously
Shade
held the titles of High Lord
Agrax or
of the
Agrax
Administratum
Earthshade.
and
So it's a
Ecclesiarch
shader.
of the
We didn't
Adeptus
have this before, so
Ministorum.
that's pretty cool.
Vandaya's reign was more commonly described as
And
the
we got
reign
another little
of
brush in
blood,
here.
because of his tendency to exploit the Imperium's resources, impose brutal laws to consolidate power, which even
brush will
extended
be for
to
later.
any who
Next week.
criticized or challenged him, who just disappeared. It was generally a period of corruption and zealous
Shout out
religious
to
fanaticism,
the
not to mention
anonymous
power
user
grabs,
that
fear-mongering,
viewer
and general
that hooked us up.
exploitation,
Called in
not
the
to mention, of course,
reinforcements.
gaslighting and
Thank you. I
misdirection of the
appreciate you, my
populace.
guy.
In short, it was a highly unstable period for the Imperium, and things became steadily more
All right,
problematic.
so 1, 2, and
until
3. We got
localized
1, 2,
civil
and
wars
3.
were breaking out as many began to attempt to resist Van Dyer's urges, thus plunging the Imperium into widespread conflict and devastation. It also deals with the
Here we
origins
go.
of the Adeptus Sororitas in this time
1.
and the reformation of the ecclesiarchy into the form it now presents as in M41. Now that's the bare bones framework, but it's obviously far more detailed and nuanced than such a short description. How it occurred and what it was a direct result of is also very interesting, and as I will explain in the next section, it is because of this, and this is the point of the video today, that it deserves considerable and further exploration, because the Age of Apostasy had massive consequences for the contemporary Imperium. It reinforced the theocratic nature, it highlighted the dangers of wildly unchecked authority, not to mention bearing just some resemblance to the warning signs of the Imperium not really being as controlled by humanity as it may wish to believe that it is and was, and that had been the case ever since the Emperor launched his crusade, but we will come to all of that a little later on. For me though, the reason the apostasy is one of the most interesting underexplored elements of the story of the Imperium is that in contrast to the heresy, it is a far more human story.
Oh, where's 2
it
at?
focuses
There's 3.
heavily
Got 3 in
on
here.
the more regular human aspects of the Imperium, and while of course there are legendary characters within the heresy, it is dominated by the Astartes. The apostasy also occurs within a time period that sits somewhere in the middle between the heresy and contemporary Imperium. So the apostasy really gives
Francis,
us
what's
an
up, my
amazing
dude?
opportunity to explore
Thank you for being here, my
many of
guy.
the questions
Thank you for
and
hanging out.
intriguing elements
We're doing a
that
little
persist
building.
to M41.
We're putting off the
and
gaming
offer
just
a
a little
foundational
bit because
platform upon
somebody
which
hooked
to
us up. One of
further
our viewers
develop
hooked us
the
up.
ideas about
A little
spirituality,
screw.
the Emperor, and the power
A couple of
this
reinforcements.
when wielded by those with deep fundamental
Yeah.
faith in the worship of the
Yeah.
Emperor of mankind.
Yeah. The other Infernus
Rolling in the
Marines I
mud?
had, they couldn't get the job
Tide
done
Pods can handle
well
it.
enough, so
Spaghetti night?
we got 3
Tide
more
Pods can handle it.
incoming.
Stains are certain. So is the power of
We got
Tide.
3
With 50% more cleaning
here.
power. It's got to be Tide.
It's time to face my destiny.
Henry Danger the movie, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Need to find 3. Or I'm sorry, 2. It's to the head. Let me see real quick. Oh, is it hard? My bad, dude. Hold on. Well, thanks for letting me know, man. I'm glad.
Beyond the initial entry
Is that a little bit
points,
better?
you might find your way in from
If I
friends
put it
who
up to
enjoy
my
the
mouth
tabletop games
more,
like Space
maybe it'll
Marine
help
2
a little
and
bit
so on.
more.
But often the next question is, where do I begin learning more about the lore? Do I start at the heresy? What specific book? What is the reading order, if there is one? Do
Number
I need
2
to go
is the
in
head.
chronological order? Do I just go to YouTube? And so on. Now, my age-old advice is, of course, it doesn't matter.
Is YouTube
Along
too
with
low now?
There are no spoilers. In
Sometimes I do
40K.
too much.
Heads up, the Emperor doesn't come out of the heresy in a good state. Sorry to shock you with that one.
Alright.
So overall,
1,
it's
2, and
because
3.
people expect there to be some kind of linear, well-connecting narrative that hits the major beats of events that unfold through to a modern point in time. So that's just very funny to me, the idea of any kind of linear, well-connecting narrative in 40k.
Is the
And problem
YouTube
with
still
that
too
is
loud?
It doesn't exist. Because you basically have very loose
put that guy
vague
lower.
references about things pre-heresy, then the massive block of heresy material, then you have middle stuff, and then it's M41. Maybe you go into Dawn of Fire, sort of is telling you the unfolding story now, but also, as I've spoken about endlessly, it's also in campaign stuff. It's just spread across all these different things. Tabletop supplements, audio
How's that?
shorts, narrative quotes on the side of codexes. It's all over the place.
If it's still too much, I'll put it more down.
And confusing for people because they didn't expect 40k to function as it does in terms of its unfolding lore, which is basically
we got his head on.
puzzle. But it's also because 40k is less a single cohesive narrative and more a vast, multifaceted platform for storytelling. The setting itself is in fact very much defined by the intricately constructed space that is very deliberately brimming with contradictions, apparent truths, seeds of possibility, layered conflicts that serve as fertile ground for countless individual narratives. So while one could argue that there is an overarching linear story primarily centered on the Emperor of Mankind, the journey of humanity in the form of the Imperium of Mankind, the masterwork of 40k lies in its ability to accommodate myriad perspectives.
Right. Thanks, my dude. Let me know if it's too loud or too low or anything. You're gonna be my my far off sound guy for now.
Talking about. Yet even the central narrative of the Emperor and his rise and fall is often later fragmented and transformed by those within the Imperium.
All right.
From the perspective of Imperial citizens, the story of the Emperor is
1, 2, and 3. Wait, should I scrape off any excess plastic off the piece before I put them together? I probably should, huh?
Faith, loyalty, the reliability of knowledge within the Imperium.
Bro, I thought you knew how to do this. My bad, bro. We're learning. We're still doing it.
Find something you thought you knew earlier, but is then contradicted. Now, both sources are apparently seemingly viable.
His head is still loose in there.
Which side do you fall on the side of? How do you contextualize?
Like a bobblehead.
It's an ongoing problem, and it's also what
like
makes
rocking out. You see that?
Amazing because people like to discuss and interpret these things, and I wouldn't want it to be any other way, really. So while the Emperor's Saga and its tangent narratives form that framework, the verse of 40k itself operates more like a narrative sandbox. Within that, you have further factions you got to start.
Hell yeah. Cool. Thanks, bro.
And so on. And by doing so, it all allows us to view through a different lens things that we thought were certain or we had interpreted in a certain way, but suddenly now appear more blurred, indistinct, questionable. So I think just
separate.
Talking about these massive lore gaps that are ripe for harvesting.
How do I separate it without warping it?
Setting where truth is very subjective, despite what some people might have you believe. And I know it doesn't sit well with some people, and I guess sorry for that, but unfortunately it is how 40k is, whether you like it or not. Which is why exploring topics within the...
I mean, I didn't even really check where I clipped him at, so like...
It enables us to
I guess the top of the head for sure.
Clarify or further complicate and contradict the historical accuracy of such events by the muddled propaganda, religious dogma, and just the passage of so many millennia in terms of the historical events. Because that's what I am personally...
You have a narrator voice. Oh, it's not me, Alfredo! Sorry, my dude. Yeah, no, it's our buddy Luton. He's
I love things
he's got a YouTube channel that we like to watch. He's got lore. We're just here to put stuff together.
Just misinterpreted even by those who thought they witnessed it. All of which then falls relatively neatly into that rich bleakness that defines the 40k verse.
Life is a lie. I'm sorry, my guy.
Dystopian,
whoops.
Dread,
I should have thrown down a disclaimer before you hopped on.
And its history.
Yo, Vietnamese style, what's up, my dude? Thank you for hopping through. Thank you for hopping by. Still got our guy up here on the top.
Versus chaos, survival versus
you can't see the other TV from that angle.
Is timeless, right. Whether it's heroic, grimdark,
or that
just comically absurd.
Yeah, still got Area 51 up here.
But I really see
playing a little Soul Reaver 2. If anybody likes Soul Reaver 2, he's playing the remastered Area 51 Escape Artist.
Nothing was moving forward narratively, and so
but over here on my TV we got
there were no stakes,
Luton
nothing
with some 40k lore.
theoretical
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about taking this guy apart. We're just gonna clean him up best we can, and then we'll clean him up from this moment forward. This is how we learn.
I think I came back to the fray properly in
I like to learn the hard way, I guess.
Finally,
I guess
40k had once again become a verse that continued to exist in this bizarre narrative stasis, yet at the same time, it was also evolving again. And this is, again, a considerably unusual
we got a
defining
thicker
feature
one too.
of just what 40k is. It
A little bit
establishes
of a higher
chronological
grit.
progression, events
Oh,
like
I don't
the
want to be
Great
scratching
Rift,
up my
tearing the
ish
galaxy
like that
Arcadia,
though.
and so on. Yet at its linear core, it still remains in this grim stasis. The
Yeah,
Imperium
yeah,
does not
that's better.
meaningfully progress toward a better future. Rather, its stories explore how individuals and families
Yeah.
navigate that unchanging,
Right.
perpetually chaotic balance of Xenos
Looks
threat,
good, looks
struggle
good.
against their own status quo, and it's that stasis that ensures the universe remains so open.
Bobblehead motion though, I'm telling you, look at this.
Constant present. 40k is a storytelling engine. The lore, the factions enable
okay,
the
though.
writing of compelling stories, but through their nature of exploring humanity, will often engage us with philosophical questions that could appear in usually more.
What's the
serious
next
weighty material than you
piece?
might imagine
5
40K
and
to be.
6, and
But
then
that's
4 and
what's
7.
enjoyable about it as well, because in some respects, this all could be seen as frustrating, muddled, too fragmented, even, which is
5
understandable,
and
especially
6.
if you are just coming into the world. But again, it's why I find personally 40k so captivating, because it's that sense
It's squishy, yeah, dude.
inspiring yet simultaneous
Time for some
bleak
hash.
pointlessness
Oh yeah,
and vastness
get
that's
some, dude.
completely absent or at best moral
Get
ambiguity,
your
and the deeper
40k
specifically
enhancer
applied thematic
on.
richness that just makes 40k
All right,
so
well here's
very
6. I found 6
compelling.
at least.
And all of that brings us to the aftermath of the heresy. In the aftermath of the heresy, there were the clear foundations of a
and it's
religious
gone.
following of the emperor among the wider
We're good.
citizenry of the Imperium as it was. And this was something that only a few years previous would have been
There it is.
unthinkable,
5s
death
right
sentence
here.
even. Yet with the cataclysmic events of the heresy and the siege
closer.
of Terra, not to mention the
Oops.
extreme cost paid in its aftermath, there would finally be room for those who considered that there was more to the Emperor than him just being a powerful psyker, but basically human. Any who had espoused such
5 and
views
6,
would
and then we'll
still
make sure to
require
shave him down this time.
exercise of caution to still stay below the radar of those who were currently purging everything in sight that looked heretical. But those who had seen with their own eyes
Heresy!
the Emperor having a manifesting effect that had protected them needed little convincing, and were committed to ensuring that others would hear their words, their faith, and expand their followers. Now, of course, the heresy has long stood as one of, if not the, defining events of the
Come on
40k verse,
now.
because it has
There we
it all,
go.
the traitors, loyalists, the Emperor, and his Primarchs, not to mention the cryptic events of those who surround the Master of Mankind, the kind of secondary storylines which are always ongoing. It has
Yeah, dude, how's the camera look, you guys? This will be good for when we do some painting next week.
Warriors somehow surviving and then having to
We're getting right up in there.
And all of this culminates in the ultimate apocalyptic tragedy
Right
that
up
instead would
in there.
define humanity for the coming 10,000 years. And truly such a short summation barely begins to even scratch.
So what's up? Why does this guy not have any hands?
Any justice.
Like this arm, look, this is a shoulder that goes down to a hand.
Now all but concluded. Certainly you have the scouring, there are various events.
And it's just like a little stump of a hand. There's no hand there, it's just a little stump.
The narrative series.
You guys see that at
Like
all?
I said, no doubt there's going to be more juice to milk yet.
Stump hand.
But we
I don't know
still
why.
haven't seen the complete end,
We'll
the
see.
aftermath. Like I said, the installation of the
Thanks,
Emperor
dude.
on the throne. Innumerable individuals waiting to tell their own specific.
What kind of
tales, wrap
snacks
them
you
up.
guys got? What kind of
Events
drinks you
around the
guys
Primarchs who
drinking?
started struggling to make sense of things. That would be very interesting to hear as
I'm gonna
well.
crack open our soda here in a minute.
What the hell do they do now, and so on. There's just many.
The hand is on the gun.
divergent
Ooh,
factions happening in
good looking
the
out,
there's
bro.
masses of material.
I'm over here tripping, thinking like this guy was some sort of handicapped marine.
In my brain
They're like, oh, bro, he's way too OP. Just take his hands away and see how he does then. He'll be all
Will
right.
they continue on from the heresy, or will they tie that up in various
Yeah, I'm
bits and
down.
pieces
I'm
which just
down.
drop
Hands
out
on the
whenever?
gun.
Do they instead launch
As
into
it should be
something else?
always.
Now, to be sure, things have been unfolding in M41 with the Dawn of Fire series, which I have been following and enjoying.
Am I, like,
It's not
in the shot at all, ever?
Installment of that.
Stay in the
Then
shot.
there was the Heresy series. I personally can't recommend enough Gate of Bones. It's quite up there as a favourite 40k tale for me in many different ways, even though the actual story is relatively straightforward. But nonetheless, whilst the Dawn of Fire series has been interesting,
Make sure I
would
put the right
hardly
shoulder on the
call it
right.
Heresy 2. It just can't compare.
Right shoulder on the
And
right
that's
body, I
largely
guess.
due to the fact that although
Body,
things are
right
moving
angle.
and folding, the
No,
stakes
your
are
other left
really
shoulder.
incredibly high. It just somehow doesn't feel that way.
Oh yeah.
Which is
I feel like I
strange
can
when
just
we
like.
obviously know the
I'm almost
end of
glad that
Heresy
this one's
before it
not.
even
You
began.
know,
And I
you don't
think
need to
it's
glue
simply
it
because
because
now
I feel like I
we're
can just
dealing with
reposition them
something
however I
in
want.
41 that doesn't involve mass
Make
armies
them all
of superhuman
stoked.
destroyers going
Woohoo!
hard in brotherly slaughter.
Yeah.
I think in M41, despite the immense despair, the threat, the
Dr.
Imperials
Pepper,
facing,
hell yeah,
there is
dude.
actually this overarching
Love Dr.
sense,
Pepper.
this sliver of hope
Some
that things
prune
are
soda.
turning. Gilliman returns. The Lion. The Emperor
my
is
soda.
stirring. It's all good. It's all interesting. But it
Is there
also
an
starts
attachable
to
piece, bro, or
slowly
is it a victim
erode
of
this
war?
dark sense
Oh,
of
dude, it's probably a
hopelessness
victim of war for
that
sure.
has so long
I would
existed
think.
and defined
This guy's been through a rough
40K.
one. Cheers, you
This is
guys. Thank
something
you guys
I've
for
heard
being here.
all
Thank you
too
for hanging
often
out.
is critically important for people who are just coming in new to 40k or who have lived with it for decades. It is that dark, gnawing sense that everything will end in darkness. It's the idea that all
Let's
humanity's
see.
efforts are futile, because no matter what, the Emperor is a corpse on the throne. Humanity exists now, scrabbling around in the detritus of civilization that remains. And I think so, something like the apostasy would only distill that bleak horror into a
Now what am I
narrative
missing?
that is absolutely
All right,
the
4 and
grim
7,
darkness
jetpack
that
and
defines
gun.
40K. And not only
4
that,
and
it would do so
7.
at a much
4
more
jetpack.
human
What if I
level
just look for
than
jetpacks?
something
All right,
like
jetpack.
the
Here we go.
Heresy.
4.
And I know and hear that the human level of 40k is what people very, very much are interested in.
Damn, dude, it's
But
so
lastly,
in
before
there.
we come to the apostasy, I want
Come
to
on now.
remind once again that things are not always as they
4.
seem to be in the lore of 40k. It is all about context.
Kind of.
Context. Someone coming in new might not be aware, for example, that Lord
Bro, whose
Gilliman
bright idea was to
struggles
like put it
with the fact
so
that in
far in there
41,
that
the ecclesiarchy
even the
has
clippers don't
penetrated every
fit in there.
possible layer of imperial society. The suffocating
4.
presence of religion within
And what was the other one? The
Imperium
gun.
is
All right, and that's
completely
7 or something like
inescapable.
that.
So much so
Or
that every
something.
ordinary
Bro, you
imperial
better get your
citizen
numbers right.
now believes that the emperor must be and
Alright,
has always
11,
been venerated
12.
as an immortal,
Oh, here we go,
omnipotent
7.
god. Now that is what the citizenry of M41 believe.
Alright.
We understand this to be
Double check.
entirely incorrect.
Measure twice,
It's a
cut
good
once.
example of that
All right,
in
7.
fiction contextualization, because at the dawn of the Emperor's Great Crusade, there was no state religion, no ministorum, no ecclesiarchy. The Imperium was about as far away from having those things as it was possible to be. The Emperor had waged war in exterminating all those who preached
Here we
such
are.
beliefs.
Here we're doing it,
And
you
then the
guys.
Lord organized worship of
Thank you for
anything
being here.
and
Thank you for watching.
anyone in any form.
Thank you
This
for
was, of
being
course, in
part of the
part
journey.
because the Emperor understood that there was a significant danger.
I almost put them together like by myself and primered them by myself, and that way you guys could just, join me for the
of there being
yo, Area 51, what's up, my dude? Clippers big.
Society, one which
Flip
denied
430
spirituality,
degrees. That's
and
too many
relied
degrees,
on
my
the
dude. I
science
can't flip it that many
philosophy
times.
that humanity had once held and could achieve again. But was this all misdirection?
What was I saying a second
The
ago?
Emperor himself was
Oh,
a
well.
powerful being, a
It's
supreme
gone.
example of the end point
But
of
yeah, dude.
humanity.
Oh, yeah. I almost was going to just paint, stream and paint.
I know you're thinking, oh, here he goes
Camera.
again. No, I'm being very restrained today. I already have content about the Emperor and his divinity It's all part of the ongoing
Then I
Emperor
thought,
series, so you
damn,
can
dude,
check
like
that if you haven't
people will want to
before.
be there
But
for
suffice
the
to say,
whole
during the
journey,
Great
not
Crusade,
just
we
part of the
know how
journey, you
Emperor
know?
sought to unify
So I
humanity
figured,
under
oh, okay, well,
secular
we'll open the
ideals
box
of his
together,
imperial
we'll put them
truth
together,
that espoused
together,
views rejecting
we'll
superstition,
file
mythological
them
figures, power,
together,
religion, etc. And that's
and then
fine.
next week we'll
Except
paint them
it's
together.
hard to argue that while you yourself walk around as a giant man
I appreciate
dressed
you
in
guys.
gold, inspiring awe,
Time
if
is
not causing
money,
people's heads to
time is
explode by
valuable,
just speaking with them,
and I appreciate
this
you
is
guys
where the
spending it
debate
here
comes
with me,
about the
chilling,
nature of
hanging,
his existence
maxing,
and just how
relaxing.
sincere the emperor really was about saying, "No, I'm not really a god." Was the emperor blind to the quite obvious interpretations that humans were going to make, or was this part of a greater plot to deny his divinity and therefore only further inspire those who already had begun to see him as more than a mere mortal? His deeds,
Yeah.
power, and the aura of immortality created a very
We're just gonna have
inevitable
to go a little bit
slide
higher.
toward reverence in not only humans but also the transhuman creations of his, the Astartes. Even one of his primarchs, Lorgar of the Wordbearers, his belief in the Emperor would give rise to one of the most critical works in human history, the Lectitio Divinitatis.
Bro.
And again, it has had such a strong impact upon human
I'm still trying to
consciousness.
figure out a good
It
angle for this
begins to
camera.
beg the question, did the Emperor foresee any of this? There are, I think, many signs that he in fact did so. The cult was in the beginning little more than a loose band of individuals who declared the Emperor to be a divine
Oh,
being,
420 degrees?
spread
I
in
like
secret
420 degrees.
copies or fragments of this tome authored by
That's the
Lorgar,
kind of degree I
behind in the
can get
depths of
behind.
imperial ships, dark corners, back rooms upon hive worlds. For the risk of speaking such musings,
I have the camera
publicly
set to manual
risked
focus
terminal
so I can just focus
consequences.
it myself.
The word bearers themselves
Worst thing
were
is when
also
like it's down
notoriously
here and then it's
feared the
focusing up here. I'm trying to
painful
show you right here,
consequences
but
for those who
then it starts
openly
focusing on whatever's
worship the
behind and
Emperor
I just can't get it to
in
do
the
it. Oh, dude, so
destruction
annoying. So
of
at least this way I can be like, okay,
There's
anything I'm
would
doing
be
down here, we'll
public
focus it there.
chastisement
Anything I
of the
gotta
Emperor
do up here,
himself in
boom, it's
person.
already there. It's good to go.
These events caused
You can go over
a
here,
great radius
and then come back and be like, boom, there it is. It's good.
They
You know?
drifted,
Yeah.
sulked, and were unsure of a direction to take in the
Yeah.
aftermath of this. And it would be during this drifting lost period that they would fall into the darkness that would lead to the broader rebellion against the Emperor in the heresy, and even sow the seeds for later theological schisms. The influence of Lorgar's works continue even into M41, as unbelievably, Roboute Guilliman holds a copy of the Lectitio Divinitatis.
Going full Hendrix mode. Hell yeah. I'll mute it during commercials. Throw on our own music. That's it. Healer.
One of the key figures toward the end of the heresy, and one of the most influential proponents of the Emperor's divinity, was Euphrate Keeler. Now, Keeler was a remembrancer. They are tasked with documenting the Great Crusade, and she had begun her journey as an ardent follower of the imperial truth. And like so many in this time, she was a clear-minded, objective individual dedicated to the ideals
Damn,
of
dude.
logic and reason.
Some of this is
However,
like so
her
tight in there.
stellar strength wavered as over
I can't get
time
it
she
with
began
the
to
nail
witness
file. I
events
have to
which
like get in
defied
there.
all rational explanation. Not least that on several occasions she was able to survive situations that were unexplainable. Proximity to traitor primarchs, evading death, and so on. It's speculated by many, and I personally agree, that throughout the heresy she was unknowingly being protected by the Emperor through a fragment aura of his powers, because we well understand that, like some powerful psychers like Tigurius, the Emperor is able to reach out at great distances and influence his power onto individuals who may not even be aware that he's doing so. Now, if that were true, it adds to the argument that the Emperor knew potentially his fate, or at least that he understood that he had to place individuals in certain specific points at certain times in order for a specific thread of events to come to pass. Which leads us then into considering that it was critical now for him to stoke the fires of faith and worship amid humanity, for only through this could he become
Yeah, there's a big old chunk on there.
The pivotal moment
Either it's a big old chunk or I
occurred
messed
during
up
the
and
Siege of Terror,
cut off
where
way
she
too
had
much,
attempted
but I'm
to
pretty
save
sure
any
it's a big
ordinary
old
human
chunk.
she could from the apocalyptic scale of slaughter taking place by the Astartes. The proto-imperial cultists had been granted a sort of temporary pardon by Malcador, who could see their worship of the Emperor but wished also to see if their faith could prove useful in combating the forces of chaos. And so Keelah led this pilgrimage of survivors in an exodus from the Imperial Palace, which seemed close to destruction.
Yeah,
at
dude,
the
it was
hands
just
of the
way
traitors.
too much
As to
on
her
there.
destination, she stated
Oh,
not
much
to know,
better.
only that she was following a guiding light, avoiding death at the hands of
Still got to
horses
shave it
and
down a little
witches.
bit, but
She would encounter the Imperial
it's way
physicist,
better. It's
Templar
all
Alistair
scratchy.
Sigismund,
Damn,
who
dude, the
joined
camera's better than my
Keelah,
eyes, bro.
to where she then
I'm gonna
would
just
lead
start
them
doing it
to
on
a
the screen.
refuge known as the
Look at the
Holy
monitor
Mount,
and do
a
this.
place she could not have possibly known or accessed from her own experience. Seemingly, she was led there by something. A last stand was made against the Death Guard assault led by Typhus, and all seemed lost. However, Keelah was
Yeah,
able
we're
to
gonna have to
lead
cut
the
a
wailing,
little bit.
despairing human masses in what
We'll cut
really
some of
was
this
the
guy
first
off.
sacrificial prayer amongst those of faith. She was able to unite those who were only just learning of it, and even those who maybe did not truly believe, but had also little to lose. This effort of the faithful throngs
Yeah.
caused such an unseen and unexpected psychic backlash. It not only threw
And
back
we'll
the
use
Death Guard,
this
but
little
it even
corner
unbelievably reactivated the
to
astronomers.
shave
In the
down
aftermath,
in
Keelah
between
and
where I
Sigismund
couldn't
would
reach.
give prayer to the now
Thanks,
enthroned
man.
Emperor. This event was
It's
effectively the
getting
beginning
there.
of the religious worship of the Emperor. It was their ability in their
Right
faith
in
to
the
draw on
middle,
his
bro.
immense
Fits
psychic
perfect
power,
like a
something that we see
glove.
later prominently utilized by those among the Adeptus Sororitas. In the time of the Siege of Terror, it is more likely that they were literally drawing on his residual exuding power. In
Oh,
the time
dude,
of
perfect.
M41, it is not necessarily clear
Look at
whether
that. Hell
faith
yeah. Oh,
literally enables people to be empowered by the Emperor's own psychic power. It's not clear if that's
it'll look better
the
when
case,
we paint
but
it, but
nonetheless, it
it looks
still
pretty
has
smooth
a
over
very
here on this
profound
end.
effect in terms of those who have faith.
And as for the
being enabled
gun,
with powers like Sororitas, for example,
gun's already
being
pretty
able
much
to
good.
fly or be resurrected. So it was very
Oh,
self-evident that the Emperor's
a little
divine
piece right
protection
here.
had saved Keelah and
Right
all
down the
those who had
handle.
followed with her and had faith in their hearts. So that was a very powerful event, and something which then would be, of course, told and retold for thousands of years. She would later become known as the first saint of what would become the Imperial Creed. Her transformation from a chronicler to a religious figure also marked a turning point in the development of the Lectitio Divinitatis in terms of its engagement with humanity. Her close associate also, Karel Sinderman, who was a former iterator during the heresy. They were figures who preached the imperial truth upon worlds Imperium conquered during the heresy. They were there to smooth transition from independent worlds into them being under the banner of the Imperium. They were adept in diplomacy, mastery of
Wow, way too
academic
much.
matters. And they were individuals whose very identity was the imperial truth, the secular imperial truth. Yet even for these figures like Sinderman, witnessing events throughout the heresy, it started to shift their viewpoint, their thinking. Sinderman, for example, at one point inadvertently summoned a demon from the Book of Lorgar. That was a work written by Lorgar, which came as his second
The
after
Book
the
of
Primarch had
Lorgar.
decided that the Emperor was no longer the divine being he had earlier proclaimed. This tome was a far more heretical work, covered in runes, the insane scrawlings of a Primarch lost to the darkness of the warp. In essence, Sinderman had just seen too much, but it also reinforced his turn from secularism to the faith in the Emperor, because Sinderman would preach with Keelah for a time, Ultimately, he would become a founding member of what would become the Inquisition. Now, a small tangent aside, it's understandable that a series like Cyphus Cain, The Beast Arises, some of these older, long series are very daunting to look into, as they're often long, ongoing novel series like The Heresy, but they don't have quite that grandeur of The Heresy. But I wanted to note how in the Beast Arises series, you get many more fragments of information about what happens with Carl Sinderman. And this is very common for 40k novels, that information is seeded throughout some other
Looking all right.
campaign. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that if you wanted
Cool,
to find
cool.
out
Let's put a 7 and 4 on now.
specifically in some individual character-driven video. at some point down the line. But ultimately, what we know is that Kira's
I was wondering why there was a hole in his
ability to
chest.
inspire others caused this explosion of faith after the heresy, and the word of the Lectitio Divinitatis would flourish. Her writings, sermons preached the Emperor's divine nature, his role as humanity's saviour, and how their faith had very literally saved them. I think it's also very important to note and understand that much of humanity, including the Astartes, were completely despairing and broken at this time. Their saviours turned upon them, the Emperor was nowhere to be seen, brothers fought against brothers, thousands of worlds across the Imperium burned. So this new sudden worship of the saviour Emperor
Get in there
resonated
then.
very deeply with many citizens, soldiers, even some Imperial officials. It gave them something to cling on to. For despite the Emperor's explicit rejection of such
Come
worship,
on
many
then.
cults and sects would just still arise regardless. For while these groups differed in their practices, they shared a common veneration for the Emperor as a god. Kira would become the spiritual leader of this now burgeoning faith, guiding its growth even in the face of opposition. But of course, the rise of the Emperor worshipping cults did not occur without resistance. There were still vast numbers who firmly believed in the imperial truth and who wished to remain loyal to the Emperor's vision of a secular imperium. So much so.
Alright, you guys. Well, there's one, dude.
Emperor worshipping cultists as heretics.
One. We're gonna put him on the base.
Ideological divide would erupt into violence, and that only further
This one's our bobblehead guy.
What is still the aftermath of its greatest crisis.
Make him look like he's talking. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Kira's legacy
You know?
extended far beyond the heresy itself. She would become the first saint of the Imperial Creed. Her
Thanks,
contributions to
dude.
the spread of emperor worship laid the foundation of what would later become the Adeptus Ministorum, the official state religion of the Imperium.
Alright, we'll just put him down here for now.
The Imperial Creed of the Emperor was not the ultimate form for the religious state of the Imperium in M41. In the subsequent decades,
Yeah, dude, next week we'll get the painting on.
Cults of the faithful
I'll primer them during the
There were
week
their
since
very
that's the
specific
boring
nuances.
stuff.
Undoubtedly,
I'll primer
some
them by
of those
myself.
began such
then,
practices were doing so for their own self.
Yeah, 'cause if I were to primer them and wait, because then we'd have to like what? Primer it, wait.
And salvation
Yeah,
through
no, it's
the
just too much
Emperor's
waiting.
self-sacrifice.
So at least this
And while
way
they
we'll
varied
build
in
it
their
together and we'll
practices
paint
and
it together.
strength of
And then
beliefs
the
in specific
primer
areas,
in betweens will
overall, of
be
course, they shared this common
behind the
reverence
scenes
for the
where.
divine God Emperor. As more time passed, these groups began to
Yeah, dude. Forgot his
unify,
jetpack.
perhaps
He wasn't done
forcibly
just yet.
amalgamated under the single movement, which would become known as the Temple of the Savior.
I'm not going to squeeze on the jetpack all the way just in case I want to take it off and paint it while it's off.
Effectively all smaller cults into its fold. And this unification process came from a position of both.
Yeah, dude, and he actually has the emblem on his shoulder now. The other guys didn't have that raised emblem in the plastic. That's pretty cool.
Worship that could be universally deployed across the vast.
Well, I'll paint those on since these will be easier to paint that way.
Within a few centuries,
But maybe I'll freehand the other ones since they don't have the lifted plastic or the emblem on the shoulders. Yeah.
Faith.
Yeah.
Would not take place until M36.
Alright, so now number 2, the second Infernus Marine. We got one reinforcement complete. They can't be sent in until all 3 are finished. No man left behind.
So this was extremely significant in the history of the Imperium because it marked the official point at which
the emblem is white. Yeah, the emblem will be white.
This was
just white for the emblem. And then, yeah, the rest of the homie will be blue. Just like in the picture right here.
The governance and identity of the Imperium.
Yeah. Just like that. It'll look like the other homies. Except the other homies don't have the white emblem, but I'll put a white emblem on them. We need 8, 9, and 11. 8, 9, and 11. Let's see. 8, 9. Here's 8. Here's 11. Hopefully I don't chop off anybody's arms or hands, or like I did to the Tyrannid that once upon a time and chopped off his arm. Well, he looked at me wrong. Damn Tyrannid. Now, what did I say? What did I say I wanted? 8, 9, and 11. Need 9, 9, 9. It'll be easier if I just look at what 9 it is. 9 is a leg. Look for a leg. There it is, 9. All right. Let's clean these guys up right quick. Clean them up and ready to assemble. Timmy, what up, my dude? Here you are, bro. I'm chilling, my guy. We were gonna play your games, but somebody donated us a couple more Infernus Marines. Hold on, let me get a good shot on this. Never mind, I'll do it over here. Yeah, so we got 3 more Infernus Marines, reinforcements for the homies. This box comes with 6 paints instead of 5, even though there's only 3 miniatures in this box. And the other box had like, I don't know, 15 miniatures. Only 5 paints. Well, that's pretty cool, dude. I'm going to use a couple of these paints in the other guys. That's pretty dope. I'm stoked. How are you, man? How's everything going with you? You chilling? You got your snacks, your drinks, your 40k enhancers? Forgot to put Buddy back on.
Its message was stark, and it reframed the Emperor and all he sought to achieve, and that resonated deeply with citizens, soldiers of the Imperium, and it only ever became more true during the times of strife and uncertainty that was soon to follow. And you see that in the Siege of Terra and how humans there are dealing with what they are seeing, because very much the Emperor is the only thing they have left to cling on to when quite literally reality is collapsing all around them. So by the end of the Horus Heresy, this sense of faith in the Emperor was becoming very widespread, entrenched even at that point. The scale of atrocity and tragedy that had befallen humanity, and indeed Terra itself, was so monumental that even those such as Malcador had begun to tolerate the prospect of a religious following because they were curious as to the potential it could have as a weapon against the horrors of the warp, something which was very much demonstrated by Euphrates Keeler. So the number of those who would then count themselves among the faithful at this time is extraordinarily difficult to estimate. A likely safe bet could be somewhere in the millions, not all on Terra, off-world as well. Lorgar in many ways laid the foundation of and arguably shaped the Imperium that was to come, which certainly sits well within the bleak, despairing comedy of 40k that I so enjoy, and which frames the galaxy of the Imperium. Because in the 41st millennium, the Lectitia Divinitatis
Alright, I
has
think we're
maintained
good
a
on
profound
this
influence
guy.
through its institutional
Except for some
evolution
seam.
as what is now called
Seam,
the Imperial Creed.
what is it called?
It remains
Seam.
one of the most powerful unifying
Whatever, the
forces
seam.
within
There's a
the
couple of
Imperium
seams here
and
that we should probably
pervades
fix
every
up.
aspect of life at all levels. Now, quite obviously, it is not referred to as the Lectitia Divinitatis written by Lorgar. That would be very heretical. But nonetheless, its teachings inspire bespoke rituals among the nobility, mandatory prayer readings preached to the lowliest hive workers, grand ceremonies of the High Imperium, events that could take many days, even weeks to complete. So its doctrines shape the policies, culture, and motivations of the Imperium itself, bring stability, determination, and most of all, unwavering loyalty to the Emperor through reverence, fear, and awe, even if, hilariously, all of those who follow this do not recall its origin. The ecclesiarchy is born of the teachings from the Divinitatis, even like I say, if they have been rewritten, reinterpreted. And it is so incredibly comical that the work of Lorgar has continued this immense influence. You could even say it rivals the power of those most crucial imperial institutions like the Mechanicus or the Administratum. But the faith does not merely unify, it also controls.
Timmy,
The belief
I
that
have
Lorgar's
no
will is
idea.
channeled through the ecclesiarchy allows the Ministorum to dictate everything from military crusades to planetary resource allocations, pilgrimages, relic veneration, crusades,
Yeah, no,
tithes,
I'm lost, Timmy.
all
I'm
are
sorry, bro.
justified through the
I have
lens
no
of
idea what you're
serving
talking about, my
God's
dude.
divine plan. Entire wars of faith are waged under the pretense of fulfilling his holy purpose, and the Imperial Creed ensures that loyalty to the Emperor supersedes all other consideration. It shapes the minds of Imperial commanders and planetary governors. It has massive influence on current leadership, policies, how they approach almost everything that occurs at a planetary, system, and sector level for the Imperium. Even the Astartes, who were originally very adherent to the secular Imperial
hard to
truth,
get in these
have
spots,
been
dude.
influenced by the Lectitio Divinitatis. You've got chapters like the Black Templars, who openly embrace the Emperor's divinity, something which is, of course, extraordinarily problematic for Roboute Guilliman, because the Templars' actions are guided by this religious zeal rather than strategic pragmatism, which was classic for the Space Marines. And that shift really illustrates just how deeply the cult's beliefs have
Actually, that looks
permeated
pretty good.
even
We're doing all right.
institutions designed to remain above.
I mean, it doesn't look
all
good
such
when
influence.
we got the
What was
nice
very
camera on it,
interesting
but
about the return of Roboute
it's
Guilliman
looking pretty
was
good.
his depression that he had upon seeing the state the Imperium was in, and how
I think we're gonna have to use the
problematic
X-Acto knife
sway of the
to shave off
ecclesiarchy
the
has been.
excess
For the now Lord Commander of the Imperium
sprue goo.
created a great problem. It created this intriguing
Okay, so
tension
good's
between the
done.
reality of the Imperium in M41 and the Emperor's original vision. Guilliman himself would be a staunch proponent of the imperial truth, yet now finds himself having to lead an Imperium which is completely transformed after 10,000 years of indoctrinated faith. Yet very obviously, Guilliman understands he cannot just purge the Imperium of these religious worshippers. It would be destructive, if not the end of humanity, were he to do so. He's entirely pragmatic. He understands the necessity of the Imperial Creed in maintaining unity across the very fractured, embattled Imperium, which is just about clinging on to its very survival. But there are even indications that the Lectitio Divinitatis influences even Guilliman's decisions. For while he might personally reject the notion of the Emperor as a god, he has begun to explore, like Malcador, the power of faith, how it can inspire, mobilize billions of citizens and soldiers. Originally, he was very dismissive of those like the preachers, who he considered as just kind of trivial and annoying, something to be bothered by. But during the conflicts that Guilliman has been engaged within since his return, similarly to Kyril Sinderman and others, Guilliman has witnessed events and actions which have made him question this secular reality. He understands the demonic powers of chaos. He sees the incomprehensible protections offered to those of the faithful. And in the mind of Guilliman, with his theoretical and his practical approach to
Alright.
things, this is creating a lot of problems, because he is unable to rationalize a sufficient explanation as to just what
I don't know
is
if that's
taking
supposed
place.
to have its little lump right
Perhaps
there.
more
I'm going to leave
comically,
it just in
Guilliman's
case.
speeches and declarations that he gives to the Imperium in M41, whilst from his
Just because
perspective,
I don't want to
he
shave
paints
off
a
too
very
much and then be like,
similar
oh, I shouldn't have
his
done that.
words will often be interpreted by those of the Imperial Creed as being very spiritual. They just see whatever they want to see, which is very normal for those of the ecclesiarchy, and it just further entwines his actions with the faith of the Imperium. There are scholars and preachers who are constantly taking his words, adding their own embellishments, spreading the word. And this is very problematic for Guilliman, but there's not really anything he can do about it. The fact that he is becoming embedded himself as a religious figure within the Imperium, because of course he is a son of the Emperor. He is the son of the God Emperor. So for Guilliman, he sees this enduring influence of the Lectitio Divinitatis, and perhaps more broadly, the work of Lorgar, who of course we know historically Guilliman and Lorgar were not exactly the best of friends, which creates this very interesting situation where Guilliman returns but has to now face this dichotomy. He has to navigate a realm where rational leadership is constantly hampered by dogmatic adherence to a faith that he doesn't share. It blinds and stagnates the Imperium to innovation, the flexibility that it needs to address the immense challenges that are right on its doorstep. Because faith in the Imperium shapes every decision made, from the deployment of fleets to the structure of their society. It creates this environment where belief and action are inextricably linked, whether that's through inspiring acts of heroism, fostering stagnation that Guilliman is so desperately seeking to overcome. And it's this legacy of the Lectitio Divinitatis that remains one of the defining forces of the Imperium in the 41st millennium. The Temple of the Saviour Emperor was one of the early cults that emerged from the consolidated beginnings of
I don't
Emperor
know.
worship. Unlike many
I
of
don't
the
know
other
about this
cults
one, you
that
guys.
rose to
Looks a
believe
little
in the God
weird.
Emperor, the temple was based on Terra itself, and this gave the significant advantage of being able to further entrench its power, as it could preach at the very centre of the Imperium, humanity, and the resting place of the Emperor himself. Originally led by a man said to have been a dedicated high-ranking officer of the Imperial Army, and who even fought in the defense of the Imperial Palace during the Horus Heresy. The temple gathered a massive following, and this allowed them to be proactive in spreading the cause and words of the temple throughout the galaxy. Officers
Oh, it looks worse
inducted their
now.
soldiers into the cult, and missionaries moved
Damn
among hive-world populations. So that within as little as a century, there were said to be billions of followers of
That's
the
right.
temple. People flocked to count themselves among
For the most
members.
part, it's
The
good.
appeal of spiritual cleansing and unity was great among those who were left shattered in the wake of the terrible events of the heresy. Early in the 32nd millennium, it was said that as much as 2/3 of the Imperium now worshipped with the temple, so that by the end of the
Yo,
first half
Razzle,
of
what
the
up?
32nd millennium,
Thanks for being
the
here. Thank
temple
you for
was
watching.
recognized as the official religion of the Imperium.
Thank you for
And
chilling.
was given the title of Adeptus
We're just
Ministorum.
doing a little
From then on,
40k
power and
action over
influence
here.
of the Ministorum would grow until it
Need the
became
instructions,
a
left
total
the instructions
part
behind
of
me.
everyday life for
Yeah, we
all
got
the
some
members of the
Infernus
Imperium.
Marines.
Only a few centuries would pass.
Couple of
before then,
reinforcements
they
for the
were
ones that
even
I had
represented
done a
among
couple
humanity's
months ago.
highest authorities.
A month ago.
Ecclesiarch Venerus became a High Lord of Terror, and the importance and
So
power of the ecclesiarchy now
head,
expanded exponentially.
shoulders, knees,
Soon
and toes.
thereafter, the permanence of the
Alright, so
Ministorum could
9,
not be questioned,
8, and
and so the
11.
ecclesiarch's seat on the council of the High Lords was made permanent forevermore. As the Adeptus Ministorum expanded,
Yo,
a
strong
dedicated
power
hierarchy managed
button.
the
Nice.
logistics of constructing
We're chilling, bro.
shrines
Thank you
and
for being here.
temples,
Thank you for
overseeing
watching.
the
Which
collection
chapter are you
and
doing?
tithes of the
Chapter? I'm
Imperium.
not sure
However,
exactly
there was
what
still
what
resistance
chapter. I
even
mean
now. The
chapter.
Confederation of Light,
Whichever
was a
one
potent
has that
sect
little
preaching that humanity should
alpha
live in
omega
unity
symbols on
and
the shoulders.
humility.
Maybe.
Because of this,
Possibly.
they were directly opposed to the ecclesiarchy's
Let me
wealth
see.
and grandeur. Resistant to Ministorum
Those
missionaries,
guys.
The Ecclesiarch
I'm
launched
going to do them
his
just like they
war
have it
of
on the
faith,
box.
completely crushing the opposing
But,
religious sect.
Exactly how the chapters go and what they're called. I'm not that good at all the names yet. Ultramarines? Hell yeah. Wait. So all Marines that look like this, even though they're different colors, are all Ultramarines still? So even if they're like are the Blood Angels also Ultramarines?
Is already the origins and who participates in them.
I mean, I'm not like new anymore, but I still don't got it down.
Now the Lord Commander, and generally involves all the different organizations
Okay.
of Imperium. That could be Space Marines, Imperial Guard, the Imperial Navy, Ministry, the Adeptus Terra.
So then the Blood Angels are its own thing. They're not Ultramarines. There are Space Marines, Ultramarines,
and its followers. But confusion comes because of the overlap. Most often, a crusade is generally
no Blood Angels are their own chapter with own Primarch. Okay.
Against the Emperor.
Yeah, I gotta.
Most likely also be declared.
I mean, I always got lore videos in the background.
When a war of
I try to. Well, I don't try to learn as much as I can. I learn what I can. If I really wanted to try, I'm sure I could like hit the books hard and figure it all out a little bit better. But
those are never wars of faith.
But we're just going as we go.
The ecclesiarchy singularly engages with an enemy for the sake of its
beliefs. I don't want to break his neck by trying to shove him in there. There it goes.
Purge some Xenos-held planet. So, when not part of a crusade, wars of faith.
There it is. There he goes.
They contain only warriors from the Sororitas and authorized Frateris militia. In the earlier period of the emerging Ministorum, though, they could declare such wars of faith alone.
They're both
in M41.
Okay.
The does not have supreme authority to just wars of faith whenever they feel like it. The adventure must be approved by the other High Lords of Terra, and now yes, the Lord
man,
Commander.
once you go down this path, there's no turning back. I'm sucked in. I'm stuck. We did the starter box. Let's see, where's the starter box at? We did this one a couple weeks ago. Introductory set. It came with 5 paints and like 10 Tyranids. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. 5 Infernus Marines, 10 Termagants, and 1 Ripper Swarm. This was badass. This was fun. It came with dice and the playing mat, and I'm gonna learn how to play. I learned a little bit how to play, but only with YouTube videos, and I'm still trying to get the hang of it. But the whole putting it together and painting them, badass. So yeah, we did that, and then one of our viewers hooked us up with 3 more. So that's those are the reinforcements getting called in. Good start, good box. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. I said for many years I wouldn't get it. My friend got me a Black Temple box for Christmas. I hate him. Nice, he got you, huh? Was your friend a fan? Was he like, you hate him because he brought you, he sucked you into his hobby that you saw him go down for a while already, or or does he not have any Warhammer to do with whatsoever, but he got that for you because, he's a buddy and now you're stuck and he's not, kind of thing. That would suck. Bro, you got me this and now I'm stuck and you don't even know what these are? Come on, bro. He's a massive fan. I really like it. Good. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Well, that's always cool, man. Getting into it with your buddy. Learning together. Pretty much what I'm doing with all of you. You guys are all my buddies, and you guys already learned, but you're teaching me. I feel like we're all learning together here, kind of, even though it's mostly me. All right, hold on. 12 and 13, you guys. 12 and 13. Oh, I didn't put his back on. Hold on. We want him to actually have a spine. We don't want weak Marines. Spineless Marines. And if they don't like fit perfectly and the gaps are like in there, what do I do? Do I like shave down? I don't want to mess them up. There's just like a slight gap between, let's see, between the armor and the back. Yeah, you can see it right there a little bit. That gap. From what I was told, getting combat patrol box is a good way to learn. What got me around 150 bucks. All right. Maybe once I put a couple ducats away, maybe we'll do that. I've been playing since 3rd edition, left after 5th edition came back, and was confused as fuck. Bro, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I heard that they change around a lot of stuff, and they make like full-on armies unplayable after, a little bit, and well, they've done it before, not that they do it often or anything, but that it's happened. It's known to happen. You made models before? No, dude. No models before. Well, let's see. I made like it's not in here anymore. I made like a wooden model marble. It's called Marble City Night Run, and it's like got like 10 little marbles in it, and you give a little crank to a little spin crank thing, and it makes the marbles go up the thing and come down a couple of slides, and then it picks the marbles back up, and it's pretty cool. I did that. It took forever. I did it on stream. But for like miniatures models, like little guys and painting and stuff, like D&D kind of stuff, yeah, this is that first box was my first one, and then this is the second box that we've been doing. Oh wait, hold on, that's why there's no female Marines. Wait, what? No spineless wipe no spineless wimps allowed. Wimps. I would remove all the flash, the models, and the mold lines with a knife and sandpaper. It should all fit after. Okay. Maybe I should pull that part off. I'm going to pull it off then. Pull it off. Because I got the X-Acto knife. It just looks like it's just a little off. Like if I squeeze it together, it kind of fits almost flush, but it's just a little off. What other streaming services you on? I'm on YouTube, Kick, Rumble, and Twitch. I'm on 4 of those guys, all 4 altogether. Before you go crazy on them, I would watch a short video on how to build them. Oh, my bad. I don't have the chat up on here. Let me get the chat up on here so you guys can all see the whole chat. There it is. Whoops. At least this way for the people that aren't mostly everybody's on YouTube. Oh, I got somebody on Kick. CMSJ1. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here. Would you rather watch a tree grow or... Oh, woo! Almost. Almost got me. You bastard. This guy. Yeah, we're doing all right, you guys. Yeah. And how do I separate these pieces after I like put them together? What in the hell?
Isolated from the administratum, the ecclesiarchy had effectively separated itself from those of Terra and founded their own new territory. This move was also accompanied by relentless tithes, cardinals competing to build ever grander monuments, purging heresy intensified, and the ecclesiarchy also formed now its own military, the Fraterus Templars.
I just want to
would
break it.
eventually rival the Imperial Guard regiments
Did they
in
snap
strength,
together? I've
equipment,
never
and
seen them
training.
snap together. No, it didn't really snap together. It's just like the peg was kind of tight. So I kind of, you know, I just squeezed them together pretty good, and I can't really separate them. I need one of those Lego tools to help pry them apart. Those little Lego tools. Looks like a door stopper. Oh, it's going. Hold on. It's going. It's going. It's going. Give it a little more, a little wiggle.
Their return to terror, because it was his
Come
strong
on,
belief
USOB.
that humanity's faith was with the Emperor upon the
Oh, there it is. All right, I got it.
It's worth to mention that
All right,
the
so
the ecclesiarchy,
now how do I know
of course, they
where
very, very strong
it's not
religious
flush?
belief in their faith. So
And I have to
it
shave it
wasn't all
down.
entirely personal and disgusting. They
Oh,
just were
actually, that
kind
might
of
be right
morally
there.
bad choices most of the time. And he believed that the Ministerum's place was upon terror, no matter the disruptive struggles that they were having with the bureaucracy.
You cut them from the
So it
mold.
was
trying
that
to get the
despite
flat
strong
side.
opposition from the other cardinals,
Yeah,
and
dude.
powerful voices,
No,
within the
I
Ministerium,
try.
they returned. The move took 12 years.
Of course, I got, you know,
Completely drained their
I
resources,
got user
thus
air working for me
forcing
over
ever
here,
harsher
but
tithes
for the
to fund
most part, I do it as
restoration of
clean
Terra's
to
palaces.
the model
Gregor
as
began
possible.
planning
And then I got a couple
radical
nail files right
reform,
here. One of
before
like
implementing them.
a thick grit, and this one kind of leaves scratches on the model. So I'm trying not to use this one unless I have a big old piece sticking out, or I'll use the X-Acto knife. And then here's a finer nail file that I can use that doesn't scratch up my ish.
As a result, the unthinkable then occurred. Widespread unrest
How do I explain your
throughout
text?
the world
Just
of the
recommend a
Imperium.
video. Yeah, no, I've been watching so many videos, like on the first box that we did. Watching so many videos on painting, on taking care of my brushes, on just a bunch of, you know, little things here and there. And, you know, I'm only going to retain like a little percentage of the information that I've been absorbing, but I rewatch them, check them out again. Trial and error. Learning the hard way, unfortunately.
The Ministerium armies crushed revolts. Planetary
Yeah.
officials were
Plastic
executed
right
as
here
heretics,
maybe might
and
be
even
the
the Officio
spot.
Assassinorum were utilized to remove governors who had begun diverting funds to
Because the
their
only
own
part that
defenses.
was missing
The
or that
argument
had a
for all of this
gap
would be that
was
they had forsworn
this side.
the Emperor's
If the
protection
gap was on
for
this
their
side,
own
I'm guessing
worldly gains.
I shaved down just a little
Within
more
their
on that
bubble
side.
of
It should be
safety on
fine.
Terra, the Ministerium and Ecclesiarch extracted
I don't know, I don't wanna mess it up,
greater
though.
tithes now and used it to fund ever
I thought it
grander
was another
temples.
jug with the
Endless
other
statues
one.
of past ecclesiarchs, lavish
Hello,
decorations
woman,
forged
you're
from rare metals and
feeling.
jewels. All dissenters were declared heretics and punished or executed with merciless efficiency. As the Imperium
Yeah, no,
entered
never
the
tell a woman
36th
your
millennium,
feelings,
the
bro. That's
Imperium
Nell right
was
there.
visibly fracturing. It was so
Hell.
destabilized and violent that even warp storms began to appear.
All that matters is
in
you're having fun.
regularity.
No, thanks,
Planets were
man.
being
Yeah, I appreciate that. I am having
The
fun. This is
situation was
dope.
dire, yet neither the
I didn't hear about Warhammer until Space Marine 2 came out, and
to their struggle for
man,
power,
dude, been living
that they
under
were
a rock for
completely
too long.
blinded and couldn't see anything else.
For too long, you guys.
Surprisingly, the enemies of humanity would seize upon this moment of weakness.
Oh my
Rage
goodness.
surged from the
Hey, you know why there might be a
ravaging
gap in it?
nearby planets.
Because I forgot to put on the other leg before I put on the back. And then I, like a dummy, I put it on again right now thinking, oh, it's alright, that gap's not that big of a, that big of a deal. And I gotta take it off again to get that other leg on there. Or I could just make him a one-legged Marine. One-legged Marine, alright? Is that cool? Is that down?
Planetary governments
No,
were
no,
overthrown,
no,
populations
guys.
rose up to throw off the
Hey,
shackles of the nobility.
Pull this back off.
Many were
I
condemned
won't be afraid to
slaughter
break
or
it that
worse,
much this
but it
time. I
massively
pulled it off just
damaged
fine a
the
minute ago.
production and against
There it
stability
is.
of the
Did I
Imperium.
break it? No, we're good.
Even those most stable worlds began to fracture without guidance from the Adeptus Ministorum.
The story
Those
is
of
huge
faith
as
once
hell.
again fragmented into
Oh,
warring
the
fronts and
40k
sects.
lore
Once
story?
loyal
Yeah,
followers
dude.
turned
Too
against each other
too
in brutal
huge.
struggles
Too huge.
over how
Too many
to
books.
insert
Too many
the worship
codexes.
of
Too
the
many
An all
that other
too
book
familiar,
called? Codexes
suffocating,
and
pre-apocalyptic gloom smothered the Imperium. This
I
all
can't remember,
felt
but the other
like
books
ground that had been
tell you it
trodden
all.
too many times previously.
Alright, so which leg am I
Should be left
missing?
for the
10?
annals
Alright,
of
where's
history.
10 at?
Yet, as is all too commonly seen,
I need a
humanity does not
10.
excel
Here it is,
in
10.
learning from its own history,
Son of a
and is
bitch.
condemned so tragically to repeat
Biscuit.
obvious paths
Son
to
of a
collapse
biscuit.
again and again.
Oh,
The
I'm
zealots
gonna swear
began to
here.
openly denounce now the ecclesiarchy, claiming that the emperor had unleashed these
you.
war storms to punish them for their greed, and this was a test for the true believers. Fear was a plague which now ran unchecked throughout the Imperium. Nobody knew which side to take. Citizens turned to ever more extreme solutions, believing that they had in some way caused these events through their lack of faith or some other personal or community shortcomings. Those who exhibited even the slightest deviations from the faith were pursued and put to the flame. Whole families were executed, entire hive sectors massacred for perceived corruption and heresy. Ever more brutal penance became more common also. Self-flagellation and mutilation in public became common by those who sought to prove their devotion. Entire populations devolved into despair-driven cults, each striving to outdo others in their torturous
Hell yeah.
piety.
Did you did you guys get a chance to see the Warhammer episode of Secret Level on Amazon? It's pretty good. We did a watch party. If you haven't caught it, we did the first half of the watch party on my channel. We'll do the actual second half maybe this Friday, Area 51. Yeah, no, my buddy Area 51, he was all, hey, when are you doing part 2? Part 2's out. What? Part 2's out? Dude, I didn't even know part 2 was gonna be out. So we're gonna watch part 2 here of Secret Level on Friday.
Want to earn cryptocurrency? Try
It was pretty good.
Coinbase simplifies buying, selling, earning, and learning about crypto with a user-friendly design.
Ultramarines.
To learn about crypto,
They be my
and
bottom
rewards
bitch.
for watching short and
My
informative
main
videos.
hoe.
Over $100 million have already been earned by customers.
Not rewarding Amazon with views. Alright, that's down. That's fine.
What else you can do with
That's alright. There's a cartoon website that you could probably find it for free. For free.
Now, a common mistake I see, and I'm sure you see, is about the infamous figure known as Goj Vandaya. Because I always see Vandaya being spoken about as if he were an out-of-control member of the
This guy's leg doesn't want to go in there, bro.
Which, of course, he was not. Goj Vandaya
no, it does,
as a member of the Administratum. But I think it's easy to understand where the confusion comes from, given that this period is so heavily about the ecclesiarchy falling out of control and the power grabs that followed. So it's very understandable that things can be mixed up.
He's got 2 legs. He's no longer handicapped.
Perfect things whereby the fog of law and imperial history.
Now I can put the back on and give him a spine.
Over and over, and it's just amazing how 40k is reflected in reality. So Goj Vandaya was the 361st High Lord of the Administratum. He had a very hard reputation from the outset and was a strong critic of the ecclesiarchy.
There's still a little bit of a gap, though.
He was also greatly feared even before the worst offences of his reign came to pass.
Could it be that the peg is too long?
Used assassins and other politically
is that a possibility?
To manipulate his way
too long
into
of a
the
peg?
rank of High Lord. How he had done so, never entirely.
Like if I shave down a little bit of the peg, will it go further in?
Somewhere. Vandaya was entirely.
Is that something I should do, or should I leave the peg alone? Do not touch the peg.
To assuming this position as High Lord of the Administratum,
We
Vandaya
can give it just a little
shave,
shave.
ongoing for so long to orchestrate an election of a new
Such a
head
small
of the Ministorum,
shave.
one Ecclesiarch Pauli.
Shave the peg. There it is. Shave the peg. Boom. Just remember any mistakes are a blemish on the God Emperor's honor and thus heresy. Hell yeah. I'm down.
Operating with some sense of
Shaved off a little bit of the peg.
Process. But as things began to fragment and collapse, all normal
Put that guy
order
back
ceased,
in there.
and Vandaya just used the opportunity to seize power and remove problems caused by
It wasn't the peg because it still has a little bit of a split, but at least I didn't shave too much where it's not going to come. You're not going to go on.
To seize the ecclesiarchy with an elite hand-picked imperial guard force.
Bevel the edge. Bevel the edge. What's beveling? Like use the sandpaper and like go around the edges a little bit. Just the edge of the whole thing.
Both titles of High Lord of the Administratum and ecclesiarch.
Seems
He now
like
had an entirely unprecedented scale of power, not seen since the days of the
I'm not
heresy.
too sure
Because in
exactly
effect,
where it's
he was
being
now the
lifted
singular
from.
commander of the Imperium. Soon after, the blood would continue to be spilled.
See, this
Any
is
within the
something that I
Ministorum
would
who
like
opposed him were swiftly removed.
that super
Many
glue
within the
for.
Ministorum
Super
fled
glue
to
it? It
Ophidius
might be right
VII
here, dude. I
in a
think I
bid
see
to
it.
escape the High Lord's wrath.
Yes, on the
Quickly
peg.
and not without
Yeah,
some irony, their
I mean, I would
ship
try
upon
that,
entering the warp
but
was
I don't think it's the
engulfed
peg
by a
now.
huge
Because
storm.
I clipped the peg. I
cardinals
clipped it a
and
good little
servants of the
bit,
Ministorum were lost
and it's
forever. Their fate,
still
well,
a little
probably
loose.
best not to think
Not
about
loose,
that.
but
Vandar, of course, could not
lifted. There's
believe
still a
his
gap,
luck
so
and
I'm
claimed
pretty
it was, of course,
sure
the will of the Emperor. This was surely and blatantly clear
gotta be
evidence
like
of his
right
divine
here, dude.
right to reign over the Imperium.
Pretty
He
sure it's
installed
right.
cardinals
This
of his
little
own,
thing.
his perfect mix of weak fools and masterful manipulators, all of whom were undoubtedly already subservient
Pretty sure it's
to
a little
him, or who he
knapsack
held some power
pack,
over,
side pack
family
that he
information,
has.
scandal, cruel
At
threats,
least that might
and
just
so
be
on.
pushing up against the
So
plastic
were
clip
it
too
not
much.
already
Flip the
perfectly
whole peg
clear,
and glue it.
Vandar
Flip the whole
was
peg and glue it.
completely insane.
Oh.
His myriad personality issues only made worse by his
Maybe.
complete lack
Maybe.
of any kind
We
of
might do
human
that.
moral compass, empathy, or just any care at all other than to just consolidate power and inflict cruel punishments upon his enemies.
Let's
He
see
was
that. Let's
greatly
try this again.
paranoid,
Now that I
sociopathic,
shaved it
and
down a
consumed
smidge,
by delusions of
a little
grandeur.
side
He
pack.
imagined endless plots that
Oh.
sought to overthrow
Hold
him.
on.
Many of these could have been true, but just as many were pure fiction. He only believed what he wanted to or what suited him. He tortured victims under the guise of purifying their
bro.
souls for the Emperor.
Yo.
He demanded every word he spoke be recorded, surrounding
never mind.
himself with scribes who documented
I
his
thought I had it
ramblings,
perfect, but
brutal,
no, it wasn't.
extended sessions of torture.
Still a
in the
little bit of a
catacombs beneath the
gap, but I think you're right. I think I'm gonna have to glue it.
His moods would swing violently from
Glue it and
laughter to
clamp it or
murderous
something.
rage.
Glue it and
He
clamp
often
it.
was seen to be mumbling under his breath, the next minute
See,
shouting
do I have a
in an
clamp?
uncontrolled, incomprehensible
I
state.
do have
often
glue.
seemingly at
I don't have a
himself.
clamp.
Soon thereafter,
I'll figure that out
began
later,
to
you guys.
claim
At
that
least we
he
put it
would hear
together.
the Emperor's voice. It's
That's gonna
entirely
haunt me.
possible that this
That's gonna
was
haunt me,
even
that little
true,
gap.
but it could
We'll
equally
fix it
have
later,
been
though.
just his own
Sometimes the peg
imagination.
will
Either way, I'm sure that he
will
truly
splay
believed it.
out a
His
bit
position of
when
power
you
was
cut
so
them. It
total
can make it
that
difficult
Van Dyke
to
became
get it to
completely
fit or to
obsessed
flip
with
back off.
micromanagement and
Okay.
religious control. He spent inordinate periods of time within his vast
Could it be
audience
that?
chamber that he had
That's not even near the peg that's
It featured
doing
a
it,
massive
though. I
tri-dimensional
mean, maybe. Let me
map
see.
of
Let me
the
try to take it
Imperium,
off one more
and
time.
as soon as the world became accessible from subsiding warp streams, he
Take it
dispatched war
off.
fleets to seize it. Sycophantic officers indulged this
Near the
madness.
arm peg.
Outlawed weapons were
Arm
utilized
peg is what's
in
doing
fireless
it.
bombing without cause. He ordered entire planets' child populations to live lives of servitude, and elsewhere he had the ice caps of planets melted, causing the deaths of billions. In one instance of this era on the hive world of Lastrati, a fanatical divine army seized control and soon began to inflict a brutal code of life among the populace. Dissenters were horrifically tortured and executed,
Yeah,
while
not
amid the
too sure.
general population,
Bella
far
Truth by
worse
my streamer.
awaited.
See you next time, Bella Truth.
Genetically
Thank you for
engineered
being here. Thank you
viruses
for
were used
watching.
to
We'll
wipe
see you
out
again on the
those
next
who
one.
didn't fit
We'll be
their
painting
ideal
next
of
week. We
humanity.
got Stargate
Villagers were
SG1 watch
enslaved,
party
forced
tomorrow.
to toil in
And we'll
factories
watch
and
the rest
mineral
of Secret
extraction
Level
in totally
on Friday.
inhumane conditions. Many worked without food or water until death.
Yeah,
Corpses
just
piled
saying,
so
dude,
high
should be
that
fine.
workers were tasked with burning the bodies. All
Is
too
the
often, many
leg
joined in the
peg in the
pyres
way?
themselves.
No, it's not
The
the
planet was
leg
a monument to
peg.
the insanity of this period. It was a
I thought it was
horrifying
the
example
back
of the very
peg, the
worst
peg to his
deceit
his
seen in the
back, his
human
spine
condition.
area.
Brainwashed zealotry,
But when I put it
extreme religious
together,
worship,
that's
and
not it.
indoctrination
Like, it
of
might
the
actually
military
be his
forces of the
head
world.
peg.
By the time contact with the Imperium was
His
restored,
big old neck peg
Lastrati's
right here
population
getting
had
in the way.
plummeted
I'm gonna
from 40
squeeze that in as
million
much as
to
I
just
can now. 'Cause
2.5 million.
I
It's
moved
just
it a little bit, or
singular
I squeezed it,
example of the kind
and
of
it went further
atrocities
in,
that
so
Van
that
Dyke
might have
allowed
actually
to
been it.
take place under his
Damn,
reign.
bro.
And they were
User
endless,
error over
all of
here
course
making me
being
work
meticulously
double.
recorded by his scribes. The receipt of such news throughout the galaxy enthused
Lazy
him to
people work
offer
twice as
endless
hard,
speeches,
son.
condemning those he deemed enemies of the
Let's try this.
Imperium. All were
Try this
meticulously
now.
recorded by the scribes. And then, of course, you come to one of the most infamous stories
No, it's still a
in the
gap. It
early
wasn't his
period
head.
of the Reign of Blood.
Alright.
Van Dyer's spies had uncovered
Yeah, we're just
a
gonna have to glue it
small
later.
all-female cult on the
Super
Agrawal
glue
of
it
Saint-Leor,
with
the Daughters of
clamp.
the Emperor.
And it's like not even a big, it's just like a hairline of a fracture.
Through inner purity and
See
lifelong
it?
martial
You
training.
see it right there?
For
Look at his
reasons best
shoulder.
not speculated upon,
Right behind his
Van
head.
Dyer
That's
was
the crack.
intrigued. He shifted from fury to ambition. With an entourage of nearly 100,000
We'll get
servants
it.
and soldiers,
That
he
one right
arrived
there.
upon Saint-Leor and personally led a massive procession, forcing locals to, of course, praise him under threat of
We'll
death.
glue and clamp later.
Upon
Damn,
reaching
bastard,
the
dude.
temple of the Daughters of the Emperor, Van Dyer was denied entry
Bastard.
and told
Alright,
that
we
the Lord did
need
not
12 and
recognize
13
his
now.
authority.
12 and 13.
Ordinarily, this would have caused Van Dyer to react with immense rage, but bizarrely, he
Is the
calmly
peg leg-
demanded that they
is it
witness
the peg leg in the
instead
way?
a
No,
demonstration proving
Sorry, I already read
he
that.
held
My bad.
the Emperor's favor.
Alright.
With a small guard
12.
contingent,
Here's
Van Dyer
12.
entered the temple of the Daughters of the Emperor, and before their entire order knelt in prayer. He held tight his rosarius. The daughters had no idea of what lay in his hands, and then Van Dyer issued a command to a nearby soldier to shoot him. The officer hesitated, but Van Dyer coldly replied, "I have the Emperor's protection. Do you doubt that?" Trapped by the threat, the
Well,
guard fired, and a blinding flash of light filled
13 shoulder pad.
Van Dyer stood
13
unharmed,
shoulder pad
leaning
right here in
calmly
the corner.
on his cane. The Rosarius's hidden force field had saved him. It was a simple trick.
Boom,
that
boom,
felt
boom.
Sure that the daughters of an isolated Agrawal had
Who
no
will fix
ability to
that?
reason
But
or
that's why
comprehend.
the
Instead, awestruck, they
ETB
knelt in
model sucks.
worship.
ETB?
Van
What's
Dyer
ETB?
seized the moment, demanding oaths of loyalty and elevating the order to his new personal guard.
Oh, ETB. Easy to build.
The brides of the Emperor.
Yeah, I found it.
They would be now elevated
Right
to
there.
training in
Easy to
modern Imperial
build.
warfare. They would become his
ETB.
ruthless protectors and silent
I
assassins,
see.
leaving
So,
him to be the true
push
vessel for the Emperor
fit,
to speak through.
no
They would
glue,
obey his every command without
and then
question or hesitation.
all that's
In this
required of
period,
these
the
guys.
daughters were beyond warriors. They served as his companions, tasting his food, nursing his frailty,
Yeah.
and entertaining
All
him.
right.
But through all of this, their loyalty was
So
absolute.
the other
Shogun
boxes
Fujita, meanwhile,
aren't
grown
easy to build.
considerably tired of the
They're
destruction
glue
caused
required,
by Van Dyer,
and they're not push to
so
fit.
much so that they plotted his assassination.
Or do they have
With the
push to
brides
fit also?
discovered this, storming the council
Okay.
chamber,
All right.
they
I
sealed the
see.
doors
So
and
okay. So the
managed
other
to
ones
carry
don't
the
have
severed
push to
heads of
fit. It's
every
just
cult.
glue and.
Every attempt to remove Van
Yeah.
Dyer ended in the
Woo!
same
All right. Well, I'm
result.
glad we're doing the beginner models right now
Continued on for some 70
because
years. And while the
like I
worlds
said,
beyond the
learning the
Dark
hard way and
Ages,
user
Van Dyer
error and
showcased
big
the
old
wealth of
sausage
the
fingers
Ministorum,
getting in my
Terra
way and
itself, decay had
Yeah.
set
yeah, it's good. It's good we're learning
Van
this
Dyer
way.
had steadily disintegrated as a person, and so did the architecture, which crumbled. Filth and detritus lay everywhere within poorly managed halls that had little to any oversight. Van Dyer's interests were elsewhere. Vermin
Only
scurried
here
across
in
decaying
Starbucks
carpets,
for-
and disturbing shadows swallowed the halls. The
Okay.
vast dark chambers, only the faint flicker
All
of a
right.
lone
So if I end up
candle
getting one
and
of
the
those like
silent
patrol
steps of the
boxes that you guys were
brides of the
talking about,
Emperor
then I should
hinted
be
at
able
any
to.
life. Van Dyer himself was in a rotten state. He would sit
That's
for
not
days
easy to
alone
build.
in
That'll
complete silence,
be
his ancient body
glue
soaked
required
cold
kind of
full
thing,
drugs and
right?
elixirs to keep disease
That's
and
down.
ravages
That's down.
of age
Yeah,
at
no.
bay that he had
We're
little
learning. We're
ability
doing
to
it.
do
We're
much else.
figuring it
With
out.
the guns of the brides of the Emperor always ready to obey his will, the crippled High Lord still commanded with an iron fist. In his more lucid moments, Van Dyer was bizarrely heard muttering about the light. The writings of his scribes recorded that his fear of light seemed to be growing with every passing day, which I think we can well interpret as to why. So when an agent of Van Dyer returned to Terra with extremely alarming news, this was not well received. In the Northern Galaxy, a sister
Yeah,
planet of
buddy.
Suramar, Van Dyer had been denounced publicly as
There it
a
is.
traitor. The source of this
There
outrage,
it is.
the
We got his arms
long-fought
on.
short
He's still holding his
Confederation of
gun.
Light.
We got his
They were apparently
wrist connected to his
Central to this
hand.
rebellion
Arm to
was a
the
mysterious
hand.
figure
Everything
named
is
Sebastian
good.
Thor. The High Lords debated for weeks
Dude,
over the matter,
bro.
and Vandir was incapable. of
What else does he need now? What's he
contributions, so
missing?
consumed
That
with
it?
rage and paranoia that
14,
he
the
withdrew into
jetpack,
isolation, guarded
jump
by the
pack.
brides of the Emperor.
14,
Steadily, more
14
systems
jump
began
pack. Here it is.
placing loyalty
14
to
jump
Thor,
pack.
and Vandir, in a moment of clarity, ordered his
Yeah, so
elite
whose idea
Chaos
was it to
Templars
put it right here in
exterminate
between,
all life on
in that
Dawn?
little spot,
However, the
in between
war
those
was
two
obliterated
nubs?
by a
Right in
colossal
between those two
warp
nubs, it's so hard to
storm
sand it down, dude.
Later, this earned the title
Backpack?
The Storm of the Emperor's Wrath.
Not a jump pack or a
This
jetpack?
catastrophic loss crippled the Ecclesiarchy's military power.
I mean, that's
and triggered
fine, but I thought it was a
widespread
jump
rebellion as a
backpack.
result.
Jump
Furious
pack
mobs
or...
stormed cardinal palaces,
I mean, it's got little,
destroying
like, turbines on it,
icons in a
little
frenzy
boosters.
of vengeance. Amidst the chaos, Thor's
That's
name became a beacon
That's
of
right.
resistance.
I can still be a
and
badass
light.
even if it's
The
just
High
a
Lords were
backpack.
gripped by fear and speculated whether
There's
this
plenty of
Thor was
There's
a
plenty of
servant the
badasses
chaos,
with
a new
packs,
Horus, or
backpacks,
under
and
even
only
Xenos'
backpacks.
influence.
Remember
It was, in
Felix the
fact, all the
Cat?
more
It was a
likely that they
suitcase,
feared
but it
the
was still
significant
badass.
accountability that was very quickly headed in their direction. Yet as more intelligence surfaced, the scale of Thor's uprising left them both stunned and uncertain of how to
Save this down
confront
just a
this growing
little
threat,
bit.
because of course they had no
Whee!
ability to confront this. Sebastian Thor was in actuality little more than a devout, unassuming man born in the privilege of a Schola Progenium. He rose to power after claiming visions from the Emperor, which may or may not be true, and denounced the corrupt ecclesiarchy. His unmatched charisma and powerful oratory skills ignited a massive rebellion, which was not an astonishing accomplishment in the circumstances. But this did grow his followers well into the multiple millions, and notably even included defectors from Vandir's own forces in droves. Thor's influence spread entire systems.
Oh, yeah.
For obvious reasons, his fleet continued toward Terra, mysteriously untouched by the warp, which again, we may or may not wish to draw conclusions from. As they advanced, they united a galaxy desperate for liberation under his leadership.
Oh, dude, that looks
So the
great.
disturbing news came for those forces and individuals aligned with the plight of Vandir, that now even the
No, it's just a
Mechanicus
backpack power
and several
generator
Space
for the
Marine chapters
power
had
armor.
broken
What?
silence.
Damn, is that
This
what
time,
that is?
They had been not content,
Oh,
perhaps.
damn,
They didn't want to
dude.
weigh in and make things even worse.
Makes
But
sense
now
with how
enough was enough.
powerful that
Many were demanding
armor is.
Vandir's arrest and immediate execution. In response,
That's pretty badass,
Vandir
though.
dissolved the High Lords and ordered
Damn.
attacks on the
So
rebellious
that...
factions executing officers who refused.
Oh...
The guardrails were off, and now anything
Alright.
and anybody
I
was a
see.
potential
I
target.
hear you.
But this may have been more of a threat in the mind
So
of
that's why when I was playing the
than it was
game
in
Space
reality,
Marine
because
2,
they had far less
when I
military power
finally
than at
got the
height of
jetpack,
their reign.
jump pack, or whatever,
Upon hearing this,
it was
an
different than what I was
outraged
wearing. It was like a
generals
bigger,
chose to no
bigger
longer
ass
abstain from
pack.
taking a position. They would deploy
I see. I thought
Mechanicus
I thought it was like just a
Terra
different
alongside
faction, had
Imperial
different types of
Fists,
packs, and
Firehawks, Soul Drinkers, and of course the Black Templars.
Yeah.
For months, they besieged Vandir's surprisingly resistant
Alright.
palace.
there's our
But although his
second
demise
one,
was
you
inevitable,
guys.
It would not be their assault that doomed him, for a now legendary threat was rising from within.
Hell yeah.
During the reign of Vandir, the Emperor's custodes had, as always, remained isolated within the Imperial Palace, focused solely on
Yeah, dude.
guarding the Golden Throne.
One more
For the
for
10,000
the
years
reinforcements
the custodies rarely
to
engaged
emerge.
off-world, and they largely stayed guarding the Emperor.
Alright, let's
So it's
see.
only in
Number
more recent times that
3.
they ventured significantly
I need
beyond the Terran
16,
Sol system.
15, 16, and
The custodians
17.
only learned of Vandir's treachery somewhat unbelievably,
Which
when
would
the
be
Space Marines
2
and
legs and a
Mechanicus
head.
arrived to move against him. In secret, the custodians became involved and assisted in strategically advising the ongoing assault, even
Wait,
taking some
did I say
actions
2 legs and a
themselves.
head?
Using their typical hidden passages within the
15,
palace, the
16, and
custodians contingent led by a
17.
centurion infiltrated deep into Vandir's domain.
15.
There, they confronted the brides of the Emperor.
Alright,
calling
yeah.
for a
We're
parley.
good. We're good.
The centurion laid down his arms and pleaded for the brides to abandon Vandir, warning they served a traitor, not the Emperor.
15.
Incredulously, the brides refused. So, leaving his men behind, the centurion guided their leader and a bodyguard of 5
16.
female warriors back into the tunnels. The brides of the Emperor were soon lost within the dark, twisting maze, but the silent centurion led them unerringly into the heart of the Imperial Palace. Eventually they would emerge into the dim light once more, and were met by the companions who guarded the gate. This was the secret entrance to the chambers of the Golden Throne itself. The centurion explained what was happening and that the warrior women were about to enter the most sacred place in the galaxy.
16.
Bring them before the Emperor himself.
And we got
They were to see
17
what no one but the Space Marine Primarchs
right here in this
companions
chew.
had seen since the close
My
of
left
heresy.
chew.
But the centurion warned them of the dangers that lay within.
Got my
to
ID
seek
card in my left
to
chew.
die. Thereafter, he led them to
Alright.
the golden light spilling from the open portal.
Well,
As is often the case for
I
those
don't know
who
how
enter
many,
the chamber of the Emperor, what they saw was never recorded or recounted. Of course, it is
Cool.
rumored that they did witness the Emperor himself.
clean these guys up a little
Between them and
bit.
the companions remains also a matter of myth. All that really matters is that when they stepped from the gate once more, their eyes burned with a pious fire, a raging inferno of unparalleled anger and hatred. Silently, they were led back from the audience chamber. Their leader, Alicia Dominica, spoke of the treachery of Vandir and his depraved corruption of the ecclesiarchy. But most of all, she spoke of the outrage at the twisted perversion of their order. Burning with shame and anger, they renounced the name of the brides and once again became the daughters of the Emperor. Soon after, in Vandir's vast chamber where he conducted all his plans and strategic commands, he found himself suddenly very alone, surrounded only by the daughters of the Emperor.
Open your world to
Dylan, what's up, my dude? Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chilling. Using the back of the blade helps to get rid of mold lines and extra plastic, especially if you do not have a file. Thanks, dude. Yeah, no, I'm using the blade, the back of it, huh? The back of the blade. All right, I'm gonna give that a shot. I haven't tried the back. I've been only using the sharp side, but I'm gonna try that. But I do have a file. I have a fine file, and then I have a nasty, thick, high file, or a low. I don't know, whichever ones is like the bigger grains of sand that leaves my shit all scratchy. Yeah, don't use this one, you guys. Use the fine one. The fine one works better. Learn the hard way. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. How are you doing, man? I hope you got a snack, a drink, some 40k enhancers. I've got a soda. Cheers, you guys. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for hanging out and chilling. We're almost done here. We got one more Space Marine to put together, and then next week we'll do the painting. We'll wrap up the stream after we get this last one put together. Just gotta clean them up. Clean them up first. Bucephalus? What's up, buddy? Thank you for rolling through. Thank you for hanging out. We're putting a couple of Marines together. Some reinforcements for the other ones that we had. Got a couple of our Termagants over here that we did about a month ago. And we got our Space Marines that we did last month. Didn't come out too great, but this is the first ones I've ever done. And now they needed a little help because they couldn't get the job done on their own, so we called in 3 more Space Marines. Box of 3 in this one. We did this one last month. Introductory set came in 10 Termagants, 1 Ripper Swarm, and 5 Infernus Marines. We're doing it. Are you assembling? Yusef Aleph. It was the name of Alexander the Great's horse. Ooh, it means ox head. Joe, thanks for the info, man. That's badass. That's way badass. Are you new to 40k? I kind of am. I'm like 6 months new to 40k when Space Marine 2 was my introduction to 40k. And I found out that it was a tabletop and that it's been around for like 30 years and how I've been living under a rock for that long. And dude, where have I been my whole life kind of thing, you know? That's so cool, dude. Love these miniatures. And painting them, badass. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, these are the first ones that I done. You can tell right there, my little noob job on his holster. I'm a 35 plus year fan of 40k. Nice, dude. So you're a vet, huh? Veteran at this. Nice. Yeah, I fell into the hobby and like now I'll be here for a while. I like this, dude. It's some peace of mind, some badassness at its best. Pretty sick. I've been watching lore left and right. Oh, I forgot to unmute this.
Most critically, Thor issued the
We're listening to Luton right now. Luton 9. Team Dandy like Danny. Thanks, bro. Yeah, 40k is great. I've been having a lot of fun. Wrong one. A lot of fun. I had no idea, dude. Like I said, I've been under a rock for a while. Have you seen Astartes and they shall know no fear? And they shall know no fear. Was that from the secret? Is that the secret level from Amazon episode? I did see that. Badass, way sick. Excuse me. Astartes, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I've only seen a couple of fan-made films. Nothing like too long, just like little short ones. Luton is good. Yeah, Luton, Wes Hammer. I like that Eons of Battle. That guy's pretty cool. Astartes. Yeah, Astartes, I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I have it. The name rings a bell, but I don't think I've actually seen it yet. I had a couple brief chats with Luton in a different chat. Nice, dude. You actually spoken to the dude? That's pretty badass.
He was to live for another 6 months before finally the Emperor returned.
It always gets me all stoked when I hear, people talking to their, somebody dope, well, I don't know. He's pretty famous, I mean, right? How many, he's pretty famous. He's one of like the bigger channels of 40k on YouTube, right? I'm not too sure. I'm still finding people on YouTube. There's like 22 million views. Damn, 22 mil? That's a good bit, dude. How old is the video started? Is it like an older video or is it fairly new? Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that one either then.
It is the very best aspects of what 40k has to offer.
We'll have to check them both out.
Heard it rumored that anything between M31 and M41 will never be explored, which I think is one both wrong already and absolutely outrageous. Because when it comes to some of this background,
let me write that down. Because if I don't write it down, it'll be gone forever. Gone forever. Bleak, horrifying landscape, unchecked. It'll be for 40k stuff.
brutal civil war. It's a time when the Imperium of Man once again is brought to the very edge of total collapse, but not to be torn apart by Xenos or demonic incursions, but by its own institutions, decaying.
She's good. Oh, it's a she. My bad.
The apostasy
My
is an
bad.
amazing
I'll check her out.
Ideological
The Astartes is maybe 4 years old. It's 13 minutes and just great. It's only 13 minutes long? Shit, should I like throw it on right now? Should I put this guy on pause for now and check that out? I mean, if it's that badass, I'm down.
Scenes that could describe an emotionally charged,
Yeah?
complex
All right.
narrative in the daughters and the brides of the
It's on
Emperor,
YouTube though, right?
also through to their reformation as the Sororitas. Imagine
How far am I on this? Oh, it's just at the end of this? Hold on, let's finish this one up, you guys. It's only 5 minutes left in this guy.
Uncomfortable requests
And then, yeah, I'm down. I'll throw it on.
that they feel so obligated to remain loyal to. Then eventually, in their awakening to the horrifying truth,
Alright, that one looks cleaned up pretty good. I think we're good on this one.
him and any others.
Check out the head. Make sure my mohawk is good. No, mohawk is not good. Look at that mohawk. Gotta clean that off.
It's an unbelievably powerful character arc of betrayal, faith, salvation. And this is surely just one fragment of what could be explored. Adjacent to this, you've got Sebastian Thor, perfect counterbalance to Van Dyer's tyranny, a man of humble origins wielding only his
It was made by one guy,
to ignite a
Siam
rebellion,
Patterson,
his
and he
journey from
was
an unknown
hired
preacher to
by
the savior
CW.
of the Imperium. That's the story I want to hear.
Yeah.
Beyond this, you have
Nice.
just the
Oh yeah, well
larger
thanks, man. I
political
appreciate it. Yeah, no,
background of the Imperium,
I'm down for all the guidance I can get.
impotent under Van Dyer's rule, the surprisingly absent
down.
but ultimately critical
I'm a
role
student,
of
bro.
and of course you need to have some following which charts the
Teach me the
involvement
ways
straight
of the
into
hobby.
Mechanicus, but I feel even this could be done
And
with an
keep me
interesting
away
angle,
from
focus on
heresy.
being hesitant instead of proactive to want to get involved in this tinderbox situation. Because even though millennia have passed, many are still going to have the
There's a lot to
heresy
take
still
in.
firmly.
There is, dude. There is. There's so many books, so many.
We could have the
Oh, you said the
seeds
back
which
of the blade,
eventually
right? Let's
germinate
try the
into
back of the blade.
formation of the Ordo Hereticus, rising out of the ashes of Van Dyer's reign. For me, it's one of the
back of the
greatest
blade's not
untold
really.
chapters of
As long as I'm
Imperial history.
careful, the front of the
For
blade
age of
works
apostasy is
great.
not just a story of war. It's the story of human belief, faith, power, and the consequences of blind devotion to a demagogue figure.
Yeah,
It's a
buddy.
perfect stage to
What's your
explore the
first
oppressive
introduction?
weight of the
Okay,
Imperial
so
power, paired with the all too
like
human
how it all
diplomatic
started, I
lust
guess.
for power,
Damn,
and
dude.
the immense
So
sacrifices and cost required to then reclaim
what
the
was it?
shattered
What was
empire
it? It was
again.
something. I'm not too sure how it came back, but I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Gears of War. Oh yeah, that's right. So Space Marine 2 was coming out, right? So Space Marine 2 is coming out. I'm watching commercials, trailers for this new game coming out. Oh, it looks pretty sick. And then I saw the chainsaw sword that the Space Marines have. The chain sword, badass. But then I thought, what?
Galaxy, which needs and demands to be told.
Wait, hold on. What? I'm a fan of Chaos Gods, but the Lion is okay. Chaos Gods are pretty crazy, dude. I haven't. I've seen lots of like lore and faction videos on everybody, but like in depth, I don't know too well. But just like at the surface level, they're all pretty badass and crazy in their own respective ways. It looks like it's been built right into your face. What has? Are you a ball and chinin? Are you a ball chinin? It's a ball chinin. How's the fortune? Fortune question mark. Hold on. Lots of little numbers. Eh? Oh, is that what this is all about? Bro, too many little numbers. Too many. The Magic 8-Ball style. The numbers. Chain swords. Have you seen the original cinematics of Dawn of War? There's a great scene of a chain sword at work. I have not.
Not her thing.
Is the Dawn of War also 40k? Is it 40k or is it something else that has a chainsword in it. Only the nightmare. Only the nightmare. Enjoy the nightmare in my streaming. But thanks, bro. Luckily, it's only one sprue. Just one sprue. This is all I have to deal with today, thankfully. Thankfully. Not like some people that get those big boxes, the patrol boxes, and they got like 20, 30 sprues in there. Bro, no, thank you. Well, actually, yes, thank you. Yes, please. But, damn, it's a good part of the nightmare. Fever dreams. You have 200 years left to live. Oh, man, if only. What was that one that we're tossing on here? Oh, Astartes, right? $40K. Wait, how do I do a space? Why? Well, then how do I do a backspace? Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm not used to this keyboard controller layout. Oh, there it is. Simon Pearson. There it is. That's it right there, right? Wait, which one? Does it matter who? I mean, it says it's by Siama Peterson, but it's somebody else. Wars 40K simulated battletop game with some differences. Okay. Dawn of War came out about 20 years ago. Okay. Arklith, what's up, my dude? Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming through. Only 30 amateur numbers. Yeah, we're getting there. We're doing it. Alright, let's see. Astartes, 14 minutes. Must be stuck in the silo in 2008. Wait, who? Oh, you? Oh. I'm a ghost, mate. Alright, on. Astartes. Put the volume up a little bit. Alright, here we go. Let me know if you guys want a little more volume on the show. You are the time machine, huh? Alright. Bro. The prison of 40K model building. Oh, I mean, I could. Oh, whoops. I kind of can't. Wait, hold on. Yeah, buddy. No sound. What? Should be now. Hopefully. Bro, Bill Murray. Oh, dude, the way that they got him. Good thing they didn't get him with the double tap. You got any regrets, Bill Murray? Garfield, maybe. Bro. What symbol is that? Those 3 arrows looking down, pointing down on their shoulders. What fact? Is that a faction? Oh, how did he know to dodge that? Damn, dude. So they're quick too. They're not slow. Could be dodging shit like that. Oh, wait. Now that it's full screen, do a restart. All right. No, we can do a restart. We're only 3 minutes deep. Oh, wait, everybody can see what's going on. Oh, it's a custom chapter? Okay. Yeah, never steal. Retributors, okay. People that steal should lose the game. Anything. Right. Walt Disney? Hell yeah. Let me get some free passes to the park, my dude. I want a game where I can play this mission. I love like space flying games. Whether it's like go mine these asteroids for resources or get into a couple dogfights. Oh shit! Bro, he just went through the ship while that was badass. Thought it was over for him right there. I missed that the first time around. Space Hulk. Oh, Space Hulk. Yeah, I heard that was a game. I never heard of it before, like, the other day. Not the other day, maybe a couple weeks ago. Yo. Oh, shit. Get him. I'm Abraham Lincoln. Cannot tell a lie. All created by one guy. Dude, all created by one guy? All of it? Everything? This is wild. Yeah. Games Workshop did good by hiring him then. Thanks for purchasing Songs of Space. Yo. You were all dead men walk. Hell yeah. One of ours, bro. I'm down. He's one of the masterminds behind the secret level episode. That's dope, dude. Which cat? That cat? Bro. What are these guys? Yeah, Vietnamese now knows. Oh shit, they got crazy force fields, bro. Oh snap. Dude. I want to be those guys. Bro. Oh shit, he's getting through. Oh, dude, done. Oh, woo, got him. Oh, yeah. Disconnected, bro. Pulled from the Matrix. Damn, dude, that was wild. We don't want to stand around and watch those people. Good go. Yeah, dude, way sick. Timmy, who? Is that, dude? The man made of gold. Doc Ock, Dr. Octavius. Oh shit. Yo. Oh shit. You serious, bro? Damn, bro. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully it's just you know, just a little scare and it's something that's like not a big deal. Damn, do they upload the virus? It's infecting this thing? What am I watching, dude? Like, I don't even know what their mission is. Just go in there, fuck shit up, and get out. Like, that's down. I'm down. That's all I need to know if that's what's down. But what else is going on? Bro. Oh, woo! Damn, bro. Didn't I tell you not to make a noise? You made a noise, so I had to take care of him real quick. Oh, shit. What was that, dude? Yo, become one with us. Oh shit. Yo, I thought Space Marines were supposed to be the badasses. This thing just took care of them. Where are we, in the blank now? In the dark? Missing an arm? Oh, snap! Yo. Some Lovecraftian dimension. Elder gods. Ripping us piece from piece. From the deepest recesses of our madness. Damn, Timmy, you dark. Yo, where is he? This music's fire, too. What? Was that it? Don't, dude. What? That's possible. Bro. There's a part 2, right? Yo. Damn, that was way sick, dude. Hold on. I gotta catch up on chat real quick.
Popeyes has the wing game on lock for
Put that on. Go back to this. Go back to here. Look in the mirrors. Destruction and world in the warp. Enjoy the fallout. It's those kind of days. It's not the right feeling kind of thing. It's like you know, it's at its best. Damn, dude. Yeah, that was all sick. Like, see what's happening now? Did something autoplay? Angels of Death, featuring Dark Power.
Do you fear me of phantoms?
No, my captain. I am pleased to find you alive and with a sword in your hand.
As am I, Ancaeus, as am I. You have done all that duty calls for and more, as I knew you would. Tiro, does your arm yet grow weary of carrying that thing?
Never, my captain.
Successful with it. It freaked out. W M2K. Yo, Area 51.
Well met, brother.
I just noticed your stream is over. Did you end up finishing Soul Reaver 2, or are we gonna do another stream finishing it off? Now you go anywhere in your house with mirrors. Isn't that good? It was good, dude. That was wild. That was crazy. I want more. Is there a part 2? Astartes part 2? Or, you know, like, when's that happening? Or are we not going to get that and it's just going to be the Henry Cavill TV show or whatever, movie, whatever they're doing. Is it a movie or a TV show? Or the Dawn of the War original cinematic, Dawn of the War, like 2 to 3 minutes.
I am a son of Sanguinius.
See you in what's going on?
Movement!
The journey. No part 2. No part 2. Alright, no worries. Alright, sure. Timmy's on a good one right now. Half of the things I didn't understand. Timmy! What are you talking about, bro? I think Kev was saying the a series. Okay, I'm down for a series. London was... Alright, what'd you say to check out? How about Dawn of War original cinematic?
Let beauty be our voice!
Yeah. Dawn of War. Whoops. Oh, come on, bro. Keep Butterfingers over here. Dawn of War. There's 2 and 3. Wow, dude. So if I try to look it up by pressing, look, check it out. If I back out, oh, never mind. I just gotta press enter. We'll just do Dawn. All right, Dawn of War intro cinematic trailer. This one, right? The first one. Oh, let's see. Soul Reeves, Big Ball of Oil, Good Sword, and what? Cheers. 2008. Soul Reaver 2 Part 4 coming soon. Hell yeah. All right, I'm down. I'll check out the rest of the ending of your stream here in a little bit. Like an hour ago's worth. My bad. 2 hours ago's worth. Jeez, lols. Well, return. Castle. Cinematic. All right, here we go. What? Yeah. Switch browser. Shaking my head. Yeah, dude. Switch. It's not even the Switch browser. That's a YouTube app on Switch. Sorry, bro. Let me start it over real quick. There we go.
Sega.
Damn. Get it, Timmy. Nice. Wow! Wow! So funny, dude. So badass. Yeah, dude. Whoa. You got a war face? Let me see your war face. Ah, that's a war face. Bullshit, you didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Damn. Better get up there and plant that flag. Hell yeah. Damn, dude, I'm down for a crazy taxi. Dawn of War. Oh yeah, that was pretty dope. Wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to see a cool like chainsword scene in this? Did I miss it? Was it like right here? Felt like I was just paying attention, but I didn't see it. Yeah, dude, this is dope. I missed it. All right. Was that it right there? Oh, middle? Almost there. Whoa! Oh! Woo! Get him! Flamethrower is pretty badass. Oh yeah! I saw it. I saw it. Hell yeah! All right, all right, all right. I feel accomplished and complete now. All right, we need 19 and 20, you guys. Yeah, dude, so brutal. All dope though. All of it's been dope. Blood Angels, am I wrong? I'm not too sure. I think so. They look like they're red, right? Blood Ravens. Ooh, okay. So we got Blood Ravens and Blood Angels that are both red, or put it on this side too. All right, so 19 and 20. 19 and 20. Then 18 will be last.
Her Most Imperial Majesty.
$19. $20. Yeah, buddy. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Let's see what else we got coming up. What's this one? 40K movie, Ultramarines of 40. We'll just let this play for a second. We're almost done here anyways. There were 20 original legions, 2 were deleted from Imperial records. After the Horus Heresy's Great Crusade, Gilman separated all his legion into thousands of independent chapters. Damn. Yeah, I heard that 2 of those deleted from Imperial records are still unknown or something. But like originally when the game came out, it was to like
Report to the chapel. Guard the codex.
It was originally for like people that wanted to make their own custom chapters or whatever faction. That's what I heard from watching YouTube videos, but not too sure. Yeah, exactly. Encourages you to create your own chapter and or lore. Yeah.
It is the
Okay,
41st
Hell's Reach is
millennium.
pretty good. Hell's Reach is better.
Grim darkness of the
Better than this one.
There is only war.
Maybe we'll do one of these as a watch party one of these days.
Constant battle to protect humanity.
It should be more okay to watch these than it is other stuff that I watch.
Of the Imperium, alien races lurk and plot, and chaos demons leak into our reality from the torment of the warp. All that stands in their way are the mighty Space Marines. They are more than mortal. They are steel and they are doom. They are the champions of mankind. And the greatest of them all
These are still not
are
defined.
the Ultramarines.
Nice. That's cool, man. That's down. Share the love. Share the 40K love. Oh. Damn. See, there I go dropping pieces. It's just new cancellation, but it's like 2 hours. Which means it's still
Chaos breaks men's souls. Chaos brings the pestilence
Okay.
of demons.
Eventually, I'll get on all of them.
Every time we march,
So there's no real right or wrong answer, so long as you have a good answer. That sounds good to me.
we march to face down
Christmas.
chaos and banish it.
We didn't lose the shoulder, you guys. We're good.
Do you think you're ready to do that, Proteus?
Yes, Captain. I do. Do you yield to me, Captain Severus? Remove your helm. Yield to me.
You fight well, Proteus.
You yield to me.
Victory is mine, Proteus. We never yield.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, so that one looks good. Maybe a little more of a shave. But for the most part, this guy's looks good.
You mustn't be steel. You must be doom. You must use everything you've got. Chaos has no honor. Close in. No more drills. No more practice.
Alright.
You are about to receive the honor of going into combat for the first time as Ultramarines. Brother Python?
Captain Severus.
Almost there, you guys. It's looking good.
You shall make your battle pledges upon this sacred warhammer.
Can't even tell where I cut it on this one. Looks
This
good.
hallowed weapon has fought in the hands of our greatest veterans.
A little
It
bit.
has slain alien beasts and demons alike. One day you may be worthy enough to wield it. Until then, you may kneel before it.
for Macragge!
Macragge. That's what's happening. Unknown origin for Dawn of War. Oh, really? Yeah, no, I don't know the lore that good. That sounds pretty dope, though. Wait, like a successor to like for us in the real world, or do the Blood Ravens in the 40K universe know that their origins are from the Unknown Chapter? Like, do they know where they come from, kind of thing? Do they know that, or is it just for us, kind of thing?
Guard it with our lives.
As your armor guards your life.
As it has, my fallen brethren.
Honor the craft of death.
We serve only the Emperor.
Honor the battle gear of the dead.
We ask only to serve.
So, a shooting war, you think? A real one this time?
Maybe, Vernon. If the Emperor is smiling on us.
Pray that he is. My belly growls for a taste of actual combat.
Any word of the drop?
Probably just another false alarm, Brother Hypax. Like Algol.
Algol?
Damn, okay, yeah, that's dope. That's way dope. Yeah, if they can like sew it up to like so it's part of the lore, that's even better, dude.
Are you shy away from combat?
Yeah, you could always, explain stuff away to us in the real world, and for them it's just like, hey, wouldn't they know this or not? But when they actually sew it together to where the people in the universe are like, oh, we know this or don't know this, and it makes sense to us here too, it's like, oh shit, dude. They sewed it together real well. I'm down for when they do stuff like that. Anything sewn together real well, I'm down for.
Well, with respect. That is why we are here. We do not want to go back to Macragge empty-handed.
I know. Just don't be in such a hurry. Death will find you soon enough. War is not about glory. War is about victory. Looks like you're going to get your fight after all.
Sacred oil may appease you. Be quiet, good spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's why when I learned about that also. Emperor always being there. Just taking form, just being a dude walking around for a long time. Hiding himself until it was time to build his castle in like the mountains of Nepal or something crazy like that. Inflation and disturbances from the warp storms. Damn. That's very relevant. 40K. Big clown.
This backwater is called Mithron. There is only one significant site on this planet. An Imperial shrine, guarded by a detachment of Space
the
Marines
warp, in my opinion.
from our fellow
Ooh.
the Imperial Fists.
I'm not there yet. I'm not that deep in there yet. I'm not too sure. But that sounds crazy. That sounds wild.
However, an emergency beacon
I'm
is
down.
Well, then someone's still alive.
I'm down for M. Night Shyamalan twists.
Brother Proteus may be on auto cycle.
What size was the Imperial Fist contingent, Captain?
Data says 100 battle brothers.
A full company. And we are just a dozen strong.
The nearest fighting unit
Damn,
is
dude.
6 weeks away, Python. This one belongs to us.
There it is. That arm is good to go.
First blood will be mine.
In your dreams.
If I get there first, there will be no blood left for you two to spill.
If you get there.
And the first 3 books of the Horus Heresy are highly recommended. 40K is beyond the warp. I always say that 40K has deeper lore than Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and the MCU combined. It's a lot. Damn, dude, what's a pretty big order you're talking over there, pal? But yeah, you know, after seeing some of the I guess the library of books that 40K has, yeah, dude, it is quite a bit. Quite a bit of lore. I definitely won't be able to follow it all. I'm just gonna I definitely want to follow like the main story, like the main of how we got here. Into the, you know, from the beginning of the 40K universe to the end of the 40K universe. The big stuff. The big stuff.
We march from a crag.
Alright. There it is, you guys. The sprue is empty. Dun 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 dun. Can't even really see the numbers on that guy. Yeah. Sprue's empty. Gonna put the backpack on this guy. Oh wait, the backpack. We gotta clean the backpack off. We'll be calling it a night here in a minute.
Deploy.
That was good stuff. We'll definitely be back next week to paint these guys. I'm gonna make a hold on. I'm gonna make a conversion army called Star Wars that will be
The Emperor protects, but it does no harm to double check.
Transport a vehicle warp to the edge of the galaxy, far, far away. Hell yeah, I'm down. I'm way down. Sounds like a good idea to me. Right by Star Wars, it's in the 40K realm. That's way down. Is there any lightsaber-like weapons in the 40K universe? Probably not, huh? Oh, maybe actually. I'm not too sure. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. Job well done for sure. You guys were all part of it.
Not natural, Captain.
Weather expert now, Python?
No, Captain.
Looking good.
Pilot. Extraction here in 2 hours.
Not more complex than Marvel Comics, definitely more congruent than the Star Wars expanded universe.
Keep a good spread.
Damn. Does Marvel get deep? Deeper than 40K? I know Marvel's fat, but like deeper? Well, the Marvel Universe is certainly old and deep. I mean, more so of like all of the movies and stuff. I think the MCU has run its course. Power weapons. Okay. Power swords. Lightning claws. Ooh, I haven't seen any of those yet. Power mauls. That's dope. I'm down. No lightsabers. That's okay. No worries. Hey, you guys better knock it off over there. My cats. Well, one cat. I got one cat that's a rescue kitty, so she don't like to play with nobody, people or her kind. And then I got my other little guy, which is not a rescue kitty. And he's just a lovable little buddy that always just wants to hang out and play and be your little friend. But my girl, she got an attitude problem. Sorry, you just gotta have patience. Patience with animals, man, because yeah, the only way to go. Lightsabers are more of an Age of Sigmar thing than 40k. Yeah, you got lightsabers in Sigmar? Oh shit, dude. Might have to check that out too. But I like fantasy stuff. Well, I mean, Sigmar's fantasy now too, right? Or was? It's always has been, but I'm sorry, science fiction is more my alley. I like fantasy too, but science fiction is pretty dope. Terminators are lightning claws. All right. Terminators. Is this guy a Terminator? What is this guy? Librarian? I don't know. But he's pretty badass. They're all pretty badass. Yeah, it's a Terminator. Oh, okay. Eos is not my thing. I like the old world. Is the old world also Warhammer, or is that a completely different thing?
Verinar is right.
Not Warhammer.
It's just Corposant. Balefire.
Yes, Terminator. He's a captain in Terminator armor or something. Okay. Yeah, dude. I like the more decorated guys for sure. With all their like, yeah, they're more badass looking, of course, and as they should look more badass. But yeah, they all look good. The knights are badass too. The robot guys, knights, and then the other knights that are even bigger. Not knights, the other robot guys are even bigger. Those are badass too. And then the walking like fortresses, yo, those are even badder ass. I'll probably never do one of those. Too expensive, but way badass. Captain Terminator. This is like super awesome. Go ahead, Crystal.
We have reached the edge of the storm.
Anything to report?
Scopes are blind. Visibility is shut right down.
Keyforge. Is Keyforge also Warhammer? Or is it something else also? Also called Tactical Dreadnought Armor. Oh, okay. Tactical Dreadnought Armor. Yeah, dude. So sick. All of it's sick. Everything about this 40k universe is badass. The old world is the OG Warhammer. Oh, okay. Oh, 40 years ago, there was a Warhammer Fantasy Battle, which is now a new line of the old world.
Proteus discharged his weapon, Captain.
Brother Proteus, report.
Damn, dude. There's so much info. Info overload for me, for sure.
I saw something.
What? I'll tell you what, the effects of first time nerves.
I'm from the second edition, you know. Game Force Up has made a new edition on average every 3 years for 30 years. Damn, dude. So do you like do you miss it the way it was originally when you were first getting into it, or you said that you came back after a little while, after like what, after edition 5 you said, or something like that, and everything was like completely different? You were just like, what is this? Did you miss it originally before you left, and came back, or have you gotten used to it now where you're like, okay, this is a little bit better, they've ironed out some stuff, it's more sewn together, so it's all, you know, it's okay to make those changes because it's better now? Or do you feel like, no, go back to how it was, everything now is cool, but it was better back then, keep it OG? Keyforge is something else. Oh, Keyforge is something else. Okay, I'll have to check that out. And I'll take a picture of chat because it's easier that way. There it is. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Excuse me. All right. Well, you guys, we did it. We made it happen. We've got 3 more Infernus Marines ready for battle. Well, not ready for battle just yet, but almost there. They just need to be painted now. It's on its way to a dumpster fire and has been for years. What has? The new one? New 40K? And it's getting worse and worse? Is that what you're saying? I missed it. All you know is Wokehammer. It was so much better before. Warhammer is for everyone. It was so much better before. Warhammer is for everyone. Oh. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. It's not the same game for sure, but for me, it's not the worst. Okay. Damn. So was it just more badass? Like more raunchier, more vulgar, more titties and ass? Is that what you mean? Or just all of the above? A, B, C, and D? Thanks, dude. Looking good, bro. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll start the painting next week. Next Tuesday. Yeah, these guys are all put together. Yeah, we'll paint them next week. We got our paints. We got our brushes. We got our buddies to hang out with while we paint. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for chilling. Okay. I think it's great that it's just so much more popular. It's always been my glass menagerie. And I think that the same can be said for many, many people. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, yeah, I don't mind more raunchy and a little more badass and blood and gore and all that stuff. You know, I feel where you're coming from, Francis, on how, you know, you got to tone it down, and all of a sudden kids are like, you know, seeing this stuff and whatever and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, I hear where they soften it up to make it for everybody, which is kind of cool because it makes it bigger and more popular for everybody to like to hear about. But at the same time, why soften it up? Keep it how it was and keep it badass to its original core as much as you can. But yeah, no, I'm all right. From what I've seen is it's pretty badass. But if Wokehammer is all I know, then I am curious on to seeing how badass it was beforehand. Not giving up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Back in the day, it was pretty dark. Now it's just not as dark, but still all right. Aside from the exorbitant prices, exorbitant prices. Yeah, too spency for my kind. But we got to keep going, dude. This is too much fun. This is I've become stuck to the hobby. The secret level cinematic should be the theme. Oh wait, hold on. Two more rules today to win. Too many rules, huh? Victory point. Shit. Oh. Yeah, I'm still trying to get a grasp on all the point stuff, and you take this zone or whatever and get those points. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm right now I'm in like damage calculation steps. That's as far as I've pretty much gotten. I'm rolling the dice, getting a couple shots in, whether they hit, whether I get another extra shot, whether they block it, whether they do wound damage. Yeah, I'm scratching the surface of those guys. Oh goodness, but since I'm done, let's wrap it up right here. Let's close out. Move my little table out the way. Oh goodness, you guys. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Bro, this zooms out so slow. All right, you guys. Well, that was it. We did it. We watched it. We built it. We made it happen. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out. See, victory point shit, secret level. Yeah, victory points. Second score kind of weird to me, but second edition was very different. I really like the Horse Heresy line. Dig it. Horse Heresy line. I have to check that out too. Yeah, dude. So we'll be back next week for the painting. And we'll hopefully make them look kind of like these guys. Oh, bro. Do our best to make them look like this. We'll see how it goes. What? Man, I know you ain't talking to me, sucker. Well, 7. I used to be you roll to hit, roll the wound. The opponent rolls for armor, then rolls for any kind of special displacer field or something. Man, no, I have no idea, man. Are you done? I am for now. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. We'll do the painting next week. So for now, yeah, we put them together. We cleaned them off because I got to primer them now. So primer them during the week. And then next Tuesday. So subscribe if you're down to catch it next week. Yeah, we'll primer during the week while we chill. Tomorrow I'll be back for some Stargate SG1 Wednesday, you guys. So we'll watch a little Stargate tomorrow. We got 3 more episodes. We'll be killing season 4 tomorrow, and we'll start season 5 next week. Friday we'll catch the rest of the episodes for Secret Level because we only saw the first half. Well, it was fun. Have a good one, Francis in Area 51. Yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you that came in, hung out, chilled. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, Stargate SG1. Friday for Secret Level. Monday, Monster Monday, guys. We're going to be watching some more Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, a couple episodes. Monster Monday. Sorry, I got my cat over here. She's like inside a paper bag. She's making noise. Yo, bro, like trying to do my outro. Can you do that in like a quick minute? Thanks. But yeah, dude, I will catch you guys a little bit later. Thank you for hanging. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chilling. And yeah, dude, good stuff. Love the hobby. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.